Hello and welcome to the Golf Course Lawn Show. My name is Ron Henry and I am here to help answer your lawn care questions. Now, if this is the first time you're joining us, welcome. Super happy to have you here. The way this works is really simple. On your screen, you will see a chat box. And in that chat box, you can enter your question, concern, comment of the day, and I work through them in the order that they come in. Now, sometimes I have the answer, sometimes I do not, but either way, we have an awesome time talking about lawn care and sometimes life. Well, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, whatever you happen to celebrate. And hopefully all you guys are doing well. It's a fun night. You know, it's the last live stream of 2024. And because of that, we're doing a giveaway, we're doing a little Christmas giveaway. We did it last year. It seemed to be really well received. So we're going to do it again this year. I think we've got total of 7 giveaways and 4 unique items. So we're going to be doing like soil test kits, some Miramichi Green t-shirts, a couple bags of Essential G, and then also a carbon kit. That'll be the last thing we give away is a golf course lawn carbon kit. So really, really good time. Should be fun. We'll see how many questions you guys have. I'm sure most of you guys are just around here just to get the chance of getting some free swag, which I get it. I get it. And I mean, no thing better than like having lawn care products is free lawn care products, right? In addition to that, we got some cool pictures from some of the viewership. Jimmy sent some pictures in. We got some pictures concerning the vacuum bag situation, like how that all worked out. So I'm going to show you guys how Chris is able to do that. So in case you guys are interested, you want to be able to do the same thing as far as vacuum sealing your fertilizer, I'm going to be able to show you how he did it. Links to the product or the bags that he used in case you are that guy or that gal. All right. So let's see what we have in the live stream this evening. We got Higgy Pop here in the show. He says, "Happy Friday. Let's go." What's going on, Higgy? Hopefully you're doing well. Hopefully you're staying warm. I really appreciate you coming to hang out in the live stream. Hopefully you had a good Christmas. Were you Santa, or did Santa bring you anything good? I was wondering if, which way did it work out for you? But yeah, hopefully you had a good, safe, happy holiday. Again, thank you for taking the time to come hang out this evening. I really do appreciate it. Hey guys, as always, we're coming to you guys live on YouTube as our primary platform, but you can also get the show on Meta and Instagram as well. To enter the drawing, you had to have commented on last week's show. There was a question you had to answer, and that question needs to be a comment on, not on this show, because you can actually comment on this show because it's going live right now, but would have been last week's show. So that's how you enter. There are a couple of people that left the correct answer and then also commented some other stuff. So, and I know who they are. I made like a list of those names. So in that case, if the software that I use happens to pick up the other comment they made, I'll still allow them to be in it. But if you did not answer the question, then your comment, or like a general comment of saying, hey, I really like the show, or hey, it's Friday, or whatever, that will not be qualified to win. Because last year I said we're gonna do that, and then we didn't do that, and you guys were like saying, no man, we have rules, you stick to the rules. So this year, sticking to the rules, right? So if you don't give the right answer, then unfortunately your comment is null and void. All right, we got Mr. Adam Starks in the live stream. He says, hey Ron, I got in the chat early for a change. Can you explain how to calculate rates per 1,000 and how it translates into spreader settings? I have an earthway, thanks. Great, Adam. Great question, Adam. So when it comes to calculating rates per 1,000, we can use the example of, say, fertilizer. Say you take like a fertilizer like Humic Max, right? Like the rates that you'll see that we have on the store, the product description for Humic Max, it's like 3 pounds per 1,000. And the question you may ask yourself is, well, how did you end up at 3 pounds? Like why is 3 pounds a magical number for that particular product when I'm putting it on my lawn? Well, the first part of the question you have to answer is, what is the amount of nutrient that you want to put into the soil? So in the case of Humic Max, I'll actually bring up the product here. You can actually take a look at it. We can work through this together. I promise it's really simple math. Let me do that real quick. All right, so that is not Humic Max. We will go here. We'll pull that up. So we go to shop and then lawn fertilizer, and then there you go. Right. So Humic Max is a 1608, meaning 16% of this fertilizer is nitrogen, 8% is potassium. You guys know in my spoon feeding program, I like to get about 1/2 pound of nitrogen per month during the growing season from the granular part of the feeding solution, and the rest can come from liquids. So the question now is, how do we get 1/2 pound of nitrogen out of a 16% bag of fertilizer? Math is actually pretty easy. If you take let's work it out this way. Let's say we started out with, say, 5 pounds per 1,000. We had no idea of how much we needed to put down to be able to get to that 1/2 pound rate, right? If we take 5 pounds of fertilizer, right, looking at the formulation of that bag, we know that of that 5 pounds of fertilizer, 16% of that 5 pounds is going to be nitrogen. So if we do some really quick math, we take 5 and we multiply that by 0.16, we end up with a number of 0.8. So 0.8 of a pound of nitrogen. That's too much. That's more than what we were after, right? So if we back that down, let's say 4 pounds per 1,000, now we end up at 0.64. So we're getting closer, but we're still a bit hot as far as that 1/2 pound per 1,000 rate that we're after. But if we go down to, say, 3 pounds per 1,000, so 3 pounds times the 0.16, the 16% nitrogen that's in that fertilizer, we end up at 0.48 pounds of nitrogen. So close enough, right? Close enough to call that 1/2 pound, 0.5 pounds of nitrogen per 1,000. And as far as, so that's the first part of your question, is how do we figure out like how much product we need to be able to get the amount of nutrient that we're after? That is thing one. The next part of your question is, how do you know what spreader setting to use? And that really goes through, that really would come through calibration. The manufacturer, in the case of Humic Max, is done by Lebanon Turf. So they give you some generalized settings as far as where to start with your spreader that will get you pretty close. And let's say you started out with a spreader that you had no idea. You had no idea of what the settings should be, right? What you would do is I would take, let's say we start with like 5 pounds. I put, like, say, 5 pounds or so of fertilizer into the hopper, because that way we know we're not going to be too much, because I know I'm going after the rate of, say, 0.3 of 0.5 pounds per 1,000, right? That's what I'm after. So I'm going to put enough in there to where there's enough product that when I go over 1,000 square feet, it'll empty properly, but not so much that if my setting is way off, that I'm going to potentially burn or damage the lawn. So what I would do is I would start out with the spreader. If you have a spreader that goes from like say 1 to 30, I would start about a third way open. So I started like, third of the way, and then put a small amount of fertilizer, in this case 5 pounds of fertilizer, with the goal that we only want to put 3 pounds of that 5 pounds over 1,000 square feet. You'd walk 1,000 square foot section in your lawn, so a 20 by 50 foot section, and then you'd be able to look as you're walking. You can kind of look at the way it's going out. If it's going out way too fast, you'd be like, okay, this is too much, I need to back it down. If it's going out too slow, then you can say, okay, whatever setting I had, in this case 10 was too little, I may have to bump it up a little bit more. And you can use that as a way to kind of like slowly work your way into the correct setting for your particular spreader, assuming there's no calibration altogether, or there's no conversion chart to be able to go from, like, say, a earthway to a Scots or whatever. In your case, you got an earthway, so you're already in luck, because for Humic Max, the manufacturer provides a setting for you. So I want to say it's like 13 if memory serves me. So we go to the Humic Max product label and we scroll down. There you go. You can see for half a pound of nitrogen over 1,000 square feet for an earthway rotary, we're around 14. So 13 to 14 is a setting of that is where you're going to want to start, and you can tweak it up and down from there as needed. So I think that answers your question. One, how do you figure out, or how do you end up determine how much fertilizer you need to put down over 1,000 square feet? The answer to that is based on whatever target you're after for the amount of nutrient you're trying to put in the soil. And then as far as what spreader setting to use, assuming you don't have a setting or calibration, or there's no conversion chart, which is kind of unlikely, but say all those things all line up, you don't have any of them, then I would put a measured amount of fertilizer in there. So say 5 pounds of fertilizer, knowing that we want to put out 3 pounds over 1,000 square feet. Go open the hopper about a third way full, walk 1,000 square feet, and you should have some left over. And then you could take that, weigh it, and then you know how much off, or how far off you are. So again, you can use that to kind of work your way into the most accurate setting. So hope that helps, sir. Kind of a long answer, but yeah, there's 2 questions in one there, and I wanted to give you a good response. So hopefully that helps you. The good thing is, though, man, you have an earthway, so you're good to go. Pretty much all the fertilizers that we carry on the Golf Course Lawn Store, there is a setting for an earthway on the bag. And the same thing applies for fungicides, the insecticides. Same thing. Yeah, the pre-emergents, all those have a setting for the earthway spreader, which is a big reason why I'm such a big fan of it, because it's a great prosumer type spreader. It's not as expensive as like a $500 Lesco, like some of the more expensive commercial spreaders. But it is, you can say it gets some love from the professional turf community, whereas like a Scots spreader does not. So that's why, I really big fan of the earthway, and they're really well built. Like I've had mine for a while. I had one, and then I gave it to my neighbor, and then I bought another one of the exact same model, and it's been going strong. So I'm a big fan of that particular spreader. So hopefully that helps, sir. If you need anything else, definitely let me know. Really do appreciate the question. All right, Jimmy Miller is up next. He said, Ron, please do not have the Christmas song "Baby It's Cold Outside" playing in the background. No, we're not going to do that. I'm just not that kind of party. We're not going to do that. And then Bill Stewart says, "Did I win yet?" No, Bill, you did not win yet. But we can do the first drawing. We've got, I think, see, we've got here 1, 2, 3, 7 things we're going to be giving away. Seven drawings, probably a better way of saying it. The first thing that we're going to be giving away, the first drawing, is going to be arguably one of the most important decisions you can make in your lawn care program, which is soil test kit. Soil test kit is what we're going to be starting out with. And to do that, again, the way you guys have to enter, you have to go on last week's live stream and answer the question that I asked on the show. And if that's in there, when I start going through these, then you'll be the winner. And the way this will work is, send me the person that wins. You're gonna have a period of time to send me an email saying, "Hey, this is Ron." In this case, say Bill. Say you won, Bill. You'll be able to say, "Hey, Ron, this is Bill from the live stream. This is my email address. This is my mailing address of where you want whatever you happen to win sent to." In that case, for the test kit and for the couple of the other prizes, you have to give me your address. For the t-shirts, you'll be able just to go and place the order, and then there'll be no charge to you for doing that. All right, enough jibber jabber. Let's get on with the first giveaway. So we will go over to our random comment picker. This is the URL for last week's live stream. I've already got it selected here ahead of time, and here's the thing, guys. This is your if you're not entered, you're not gonna be able to get in. So you should have to have already put your entry in by now, because once I hit fetch, then what's in there is in there. All right, so let's get going. First one. So we are going to include replies. We're not going to allow duplicates, because some of you guys, check the game in the system, and we will do our first giveaway. Let's get some music on. First giveaway for a My Soul test kit goes to, wait. All right, so we got 70 there. So I've got 70 comments loaded. We're gonna pick a winner. You guys can see I'm doing this live, and Adam Starks. How about that, dude? You are talk about lucky. Okay, so there you go, Adam. I know you're here, so I'm gonna put you in, Adam Starks 2018. Congratulations, sir. Congratulations on winning a soul test kit. So if you can, send me an email with your address, and I will get it. I will get this on its way to you. Adam Starks 2018. So congratulations. You have won. And the way this is set up is you can only win one time in the drawing. So that's why once I close this, he should not be able to win again. It should only allow them to win one time. So, all right. So there we go. Our first one is done. Let's go on and ask some more questions, and then we'll do another drawing. The next thing is going to be next thing is going to be a Miramichi green t-shirt. So I'll show you guys what you could potentially win. If you go over here to another swag store, you've got the Greatness from the Ground Up t-shirts. You've got the Sorry, I Can't, I Have to Mow t-shirt, one of my personal favorites. You've got the, let me see what else we got here. We got I'll Be in My Office t-shirt. That's also a good one as well. So yeah, you got plenty of options there as far as swag. So that'll be our next drawing. We're not gonna do that just yet, but just so you guys can kind of take a look and get salivate over what could be. You can look right here. I'll put it in the chat for you guys. There you go. That's where the t-shirts are. All right. So next up, we got Mel Allen saying, Merry Christmas, RH. Thank you so much, Mel. I appreciate you. Thanks for coming by and saying hello. That's a really nice setup. Looks like you got there. I like that. On the topic of setups, we had Steven. Steven sent me some pictures of his lawn care setup. He was getting ready for the 2025 season already. He did a restoration of a mower. He went out and went to his local hardware store and pretty much bought everything off the Stihl Combi System shelf. So I'll show you guys what his setup looks like. It's pretty sweet. Let's see here. I think this is that's not it. I think it's this one. There we go. So take a look at his John Deere. He restored that, so you can see how pretty that is. Nice and green, looking really clean, looking good. And it looks like, was that a McLean in the background or a trimmer in the background? And then next you can see his combi setup. So you got the blower, which I have. Let me see. I have the blower. I have the stick edger. Got the rotary scissors, dude. You went all out. What is the thing on the right? The hedge trimmer. I got you. Hedge trimmer, and then I don't know what the second one is. Looks like a chainsaw, maybe next to the blower, maybe. Man, very nice, very nice. We got to clap it up for you, sir. Give you some dap on that. Overall, very, very nice wall. I approve. You're going to be all set to get your lawn looking as clean as possible for next year for sure. So nice work. I like it. I dig it. All right, moving on. We have a question first of all, a comment from Manuel Jacob saying, what's going on, Brother Ron? Not too much, man. Living the dream. You know how it is. Hanging out, giving some stuff away. Next up, we got Jacob Madrid saying, happy holidays, Ron and Stripe Action Gang. And then Jimmy has a question. He's bringing us back down to earth here. He says, Ron, were you able to get those stripes on your lawn with your True Cut, or do those come afterwards with the Toro/Allet? So yes, Jimmy, I did get stripes with the True Cut. It does stripe pretty well, not as well as the Greens Master, and not as well as certainly the Allet. You know, actually, there's a video. There's a video that I did many, many moons ago where I compared the True Cut versus versus the Greens Master. And in this said video, I actually run both mowers. I think this is the right one. Let me look here. Make sure I'm not lying to you. I don't want to fib to you here, Jimmy. Make sure I'm telling you. I think in here I showed, man, the lawn looked, even back then the lawn looked good. Not trying to toot my own horn. It was not looking like it looked now. Looked better now, but it wasn't bad. Not bad. But yeah, in this video, I actually do a pass back to back with them so you can see how they stripe. They both do stripe, but compared to like the stripe action now, it is not on the same level. But yes, to answer your question, the True Cut did stripe. The big thing is you want to make sure you have a roller on it to be able to pull that off. So you got the cast wheels on the front. You are doing it wrong. And if you, I started out for many years with the smooth roller, and that striped really well. And then I went to the grooved roller that also striped well. They're about the same. The smooth roller maybe striped a little bit better than the grooved roller, but the cut was better with the grooved roller. So long, short, get the grooved roller because cut over everything else, right? And as far as the video, so let's see here, True Cut versus Greens Master stripe action. You can check the video out right here. That is it. I could do like True Cut versus Allet, but I can't do it now because I don't have a True Cut anymore. And even if I did, that'd be kind of be unnecessary. It's not fair. It's like a heavyweight fighting a lightweight, right? It's not in the same universe. But yes, they can stripe, and you'll be able to see in that video for yourself. All right, next up, we got Mr. Darren Proctor. He has entered the live stream. He says, Merry Christmas to everyone. Merry Christmas, Darren. Hopefully you're doing well, sir. Again, thank you so much for the seasoning that you sent. I tried out I think the one for chicken. It was really good. I think there's a steak one as well that I haven't tried out yet. So I'll keep you posted as far as how they go. Then next up, we got Mr. Robert Rainey. That guy has entered the live stream. Good evening, everyone. What's going on, Robert? Hopefully you're doing well. Hopefully you got some good stuff for Christmas. Maybe golf clubs, maybe some lawn care stuff, maybe both. And you know, Jimmy, you know, he already left a comment, but let me also show you guys as far as a project that he was working on this year. So he had a tree or a couple of trees in his lawn that he was working to get rid of because the tree was, I guess, in the middle of the lawn, was causing a lot of shade and was making the grass not be able to grow. So he's still not exactly where he wants it, but he wanted to show the progress of where he is. So this is what it started out. You can see he's out there clearing the trees with some heavy equipment. You can see the stump right there. And then we move on to how it looked, which is that's a big difference, big improvement from that to that. Like the stump grinder, whatever else you use to get the stumps out, did a really good job because now you're in a good position for grass to be able to grow there. And this is how we looked at this point. I guess the third picture he sent, and then finally before the season ended, he's able to snap this shot, and you can kind of see that it's still slowly filling in, but overall a lot better. This is more towards the end of the season. So because I believe he started this project around this time last year, and this was just showing throughout the season how it progressed. So good stuff, Jimmy. It's in a good spot. It's only going to get better as you continue to work on it next season. Again, you always look at things from a standpoint of the better you end the season, the better start you have for the upcoming year. So overall, very nice work. All right, next up, we got Mr. Jason Harrison. He's in the live stream. He says, was taking down decorations in the lawn today. Everywhere there was a light. There's now a dot of green due to the warmth from the light at night. Bermuda is truly an amazing thing. It is, man. You give it a little bit of heat, a little bit of light, and some nitrogen. I mean, that's true for probably most grasses, right? But Bermuda really likes heat. Heat is the big thing. And in your case, even Christmas decorations was enough to give it a glimmer of hope that it could emerge early, and then you took it away. So now it's freezing its roots off, going back dormant again. But thanks for sharing that, Jason. I really do appreciate it. Thank you for the update. And then next up, we have John Livingston in the live stream. He says, greetings from Jacksonville, Florida. What's going on, John? Hopefully you're doing all right, sir. Appreciate you. You know, I don't know John Livingston. He's probably a different person. But at any rate, welcome. Thanks for joining the live stream. And then next up we have Elan Raaka, he says, happy holidays, Ron. I love the intro music. Thanks so much, man. Here's the thing, that introduction, as far as the amount of work that I put into finding just the right song for that intro, it took me months to come across it. And how I actually found it was kind of funny. There's another YouTuber that I follow that reviews. He's a videographer or cinematographer, and he does product reviews. And he was reviewing a set of ND filters. And if you know what ND filters are, they're like you can think of them as like sunglasses for lenses. So when you go outside when it's really bright outside, to be able to get the exposure correct, you have to cut some of the light out, and ND filters are how you do that. Long story is, he was doing a review on it, and at the end of the video, he started playing the song. And I listened to it. I said, "Man, I really like the way that song sounds." So I researched it, found out who the artist was, and it turns out that the length of the song was about 3-ish minutes, which is exactly about the length of what I was aiming for the live stream. And then after that, I just started editing the video to the music. So I found the song, then I started cutting it all together. And the rest is history. So I'm glad that you like it, man. A lot of work went into it. It's just a lot of work for something that most people don't even really watch. All right, next up is Sovereign Design. It says, happy holidays, Ron. Happy holidays, sir. Hopefully you're doing well. And then Dado Paez says, a very warm December this year. Not here. I mean, it started out warmish, but then it's been pretty cold here in Georgia for the last couple of weeks. So I guess it depends on where you are. Depends on where you are. All right, guys, we can go on to the next drawing. I know I'm just chatting a lot, and you guys are really not here to hear me talk, or really not a whole lot of questions tonight. Really, it's all about like getting free stuff, right? So let's do another drawing. Let's again, this one is for a Miramichi green T-shirt of your choosing. So again, I'll show you guys what some of your options are. You've got the Greatness from the Ground Up T-shirt. Sorry, I have to mow shirt. A few other options here. So you can, I'll be in my office, I'll be in my office shirt. This one's pretty cool, right? That's clean. I like that as well too. You can't go wrong with that. So let's do a drawing. Let's give some stuff away. All right. So if we go over to our comment picker. So Adam, you already won the soul test kit. Our next winner is for Miramichi green T-shirt. Let me get the music on, man. I gotta, to start the, have a little bit of, a bit of drama. I wonder who it's gonna be. It is Ernesto Paez. Ernesto, are you present? If you're present, please come to the DJ booth. We have a T-shirt for you. So I haven't seen you in the live stream, Ernesto. I'll be looking here, and just what you can do is just in the live stream comment and just say, "Hey, I'm here." And if that's you, if you're here, then I will, we'll move on. But if in 5 minutes, so it's 7:25 now, next 5 minutes you're not here, we will redraw it, okay? Because you got to be present to win. And these savages in here have no mercy. They just do not care. They're like, you ain't here, you snooze, you lose, right? So Ernesto Paez, again, one more time, you can see who it is. Ernesto Paez, there you are. You are the winner of the Miramichi Green T-shirt. And if you want to win, be sure to let us know that you're here within the next 5 minutes. All right? Okay. So we have a question now from Patty Dre. She says, what can I do about bare Bermuda spots right now? Not a whole lot, Patty. It's, Bermuda's dormant, so it's not really doing a whole lot. As far as, it's spreading or anything to help really encourage the lawn to grow into those bare areas, there's not a lot that you can really do this time of year. Even doing some of the practices that I would normally recommend, like transferring plugs, now isn't really the ideal time to do that. Some folks might be tempted to go and get some sod and just put some sod over the bare areas, but I would try and discourage you from doing that, because unless you are very, very fortunate, if you go out and get a random piece of Bermuda sod, the likelihood that it matches your existing grass is pretty small. And what will end up happening is once that grass roots in, you're going to have, a very obvious difference in color, perhaps even texture between that area that you patched with sod versus the rest of your lawn. So what I would do is just wait, be patient, wait until, the Bermuda is beginning to come out of dormancy. So March-ish timeframe for most parts of the country. And then you can have the option to transfer plugs into that area. That is going to be the way that you can absolutely ensure that when that area fills in, it's going to match the existing lawn. Even if you decide to, you're say, hey, you know what, I really don't care if the color's off a little bit and you decide to sod it, I would still wait. I would still wait till like March. You're really not going to gain a lot by doing it now versus waiting till like say late February, March timeframe. So hopefully that helps. Sorry you're dealing with bare spots in your lawn, but again, patience is what I would encourage for you to get the best results, because sod can be expensive, and even if you decide to go out and transfer plugs, it's your time, so you want to get the most for it if you decide to go that route. So hopefully that helps out. Really appreciate the question. If you need anything else, let me know. All right, Chris Allen is in the live stream. He says, happy Friday, everyone. What's going on, Chris? Thanks for jumping in the live stream. And, next up we have my son. My son says, I'm feeling lucky today. Hopefully I win something. You might. You never know. You might. You just might. Chris, I'm not sure if this Chris is the same Chris that sent me some pictures of the vacuum bags. So you guys remember last week, there was a person in the live stream that was talking about preserving, or a couple things. One, not having the smell of Essential G in his garage over the winter, and also wanting to make sure that his fertilizer and his Essential G biostimulant was as fresh as possible for next year whenever he decided to use it on his lawn. So he sent some pictures of what he's working with, of the bags that he used, and also of his process. He sent them to me, so I'll show you guys exactly what it all worked out to be. So first up are the vacuum bags, and I guess these are really typically used for, laundry or sheets, or bedding, stuff you want to try and make smaller that normally takes up a lot of space. So this normally is what you would use, but not deterred. He said, you know what? I don't care what something is designed to do. I care about what it can do. And in this case, it can be used to preserve fertilizer. So moving on, he puts his Essential G in said bag. So you guys can see what it looks like there. This is before it's sealed. So it's a pretty big bag. I can't, this is the first man. It's pretty crazy. So this is before sealing. And then you can see he showed me the attachment that he used. Pretty much any vacuum cleaner attachment will work. But he just showed the one he used, one from Hoto, I guess is what it is. And then next up, the before and the after. So if we look here, this is what we had before, and that's after vacuum sealing. So, tell you what, as far as some of the freshest Essential G in these United States, he's probably going to have it when he ever cracks that open next spring. And then, given this man is all about organization, he's not stopping there. So you would think, hey, you sealed your bag of Essential G to make sure it's not going to smell, and also it's going to be fresh for next year. What else could you possibly do? He's only getting started. So next up, he goes out and he puts the now sealed up bags of Essential G in, I guess, these massive storage bins. And because he's super organized, he also labeled said storage bins with a QR code, also telling you monthly, March through November, has a QR code for the spreader settings in case he needs it. If you have a Scott spreader, he has the bag, or sorry, the setting and the rate that you're gonna be putting it down. So highly, highly, highly organized. And you know what? He even gave me the stuff to be able to share with you guys in case you're interested. So if you guys want the vacuum bags that he used, so these are them. I'll show you that. We got that first. So if you want the vacuum storage bags that Chris used to seal his Essential G, fertilizer, everything, you can get them here. And then if you want the QR code, so I'll show you exactly what he did. It's pretty cool. This is, again, way more. My man put way more work into this than I would have, but that doesn't mean it's not worth doing. So I'll show you guys really quick here. Let me go back over and find a blank page here, and so he even shared all his QR codes along with the different products he has. So like the fertilizer, the spreader setting, the rate, and then when to apply it, the times to apply it. For Headway G, same kind of thing. And these are all for a Scott's spreader. He's got some Pennington, some bluegrass seeds. If you happen to want this, let's say you are someone that You know, again, you've got a Scotch spreader, you use these products, you want to vacuum seal your stuff, or you just want to use the QR codes to be able to I guess you have them in a storage bin somewhere. He's made that available, so I'll share that with you guys as well. You can get said QR codes right here, so you can download this as a PDF. And he even gave me the Adobe the reader the Illustrator file. So you never know. I might go through and make versions of this for different spreaders. I'm maybe do one for Earthway or whatever. But at any rate, if in case you want that, you can also get his PDF with them right here. So if you have a Scotch spreader and you use those products and you want to have a quick reference, a quick way to easily get to the product page on the website, to be able to read the product description or read the rates or whatever in case what's already on there isn't enough for you, Chris shared that as well. So thank you so much, Chris. Again, way more than I would have done. Like, you way overkill, but it's really cool. It's one of the best parts of the live stream is, you get to meet people and you get to see how, you think you're organized and you see how other people take their organization to another level. So again, just to recap real quick, this is what he started out with. Those are the bags that he's using. Shows you how the attachment works. And then the finished product is his fertilizer, freshly preserved in storage bins and nicely labeled, ready to go for next year. So again, thank you so much, Chris. Thanks for sending me the pictures and the PDF, and hopefully someone else will get some use out of it in case you guys are so interested. It's pretty cool. All right. Next up, we got Mr. Robert Wallace. Robert Wallace has entered the live stream. Robert, the first time we met Robert, I have to say, man, we started out on kind of a rough patch. I live in Georgia, and I do claim the Georgia Bulldogs. And I think Robert, he rolled in from South Carolina. I think he had maybe his nephew, a couple other family members, and they all rolled in. He's wearing his Clemson shirt, and I was like, man, this is like UGA just right up the road, man. That's a little bit disrespectful, don't you think? He didn't. So this next time around, I guess he's also a Falcons fan because South Carolina doesn't have a football team, so I guess you got to claim the Falcons. Sorry for that. So this year, Tommy showed up with a Falcon shirt on. So much better. We're in a much better place now. Although, Falcons are not a great team. But again, I appreciate the effort. Hopefully you're having a good holiday, Robert. And yeah, man, hopefully we get to do another Turf Park party next year, and I could get to see you guys. Again. All right, next up is Mr. Matthew Whitson. He says, hello, all. What's going on, Matthew? Hope you're doing all right. All right, guys. So I've been jabbering on. We're definitely past 5 minutes, and I don't see. I'm looking here. Ernesto País. Okay, you are here. Okay, so I do see you. So you did win, Ernesto. Congratulations. So Ernesto, I see you there in the live stream. If you can, send me an email with your send me an email, and I will tell you how to pick out your shirt. I'll be able to do that. You'll get the email after the show's over because I'm in the middle of it right now, but I'll get you the link or everything you need to go through to be able to pick out the shirt that you want, so you'll be good to go. So I'm glad that you're here, and congrats on winning the shirt. RA also sent in some pictures. He was Mel, the person was asking earlier, was in the live stream earlier, of their St. Augustine palmetto in December. And you know what? This, you gotta say one thing. I give St. Augustine, I wouldn't say hate, but I mean it's not my personal favorite grass. It looks kind of like crabgrass, like somewhat a little bit, right? And it's kind of insulting to post it with St. Augustine. However, when taken care of, when treated right, it can look absolutely gorgeous. And so he has a picture here of his St. Augustine palmetto in December. And here's the thing, he left the in December part, I think, as a way of kind of, as a subtle flex, because that's how it is with folks this time of year when their lawns are green and everyone else's lawn is dormant. They want to be able to show that, look, man, even though you guys got your Bermuda, you think you're all that and then some, look at my St. Augustine, watch me work. And you can see what he is working with, man. This is good looking sound turf grass. I mean, that's a December. That's real good, man. I mean, if you told me that was June, I would believe that. I mean, that looks absolutely gorgeous. Really, really, really good. And like a little close-up picture of it. Picture 1 and picture 2 of said grass. And man, it does look good. It's tight, man. Whatever you're doing to it, man, keep it up. It looks good. Looks really, really, really good. Nice work. Especially for December. Lawn looks absolutely gorgeous. So thanks for sending the pictures. Thanks for sharing it in the live stream. Everyone got to see the fruits of all your labor, and at least it gives the rest of us with dormant grass this time of year something nice to look at, right? So appreciate you sending that in. All right. Next up is Gerardo Paez. He says, pre-emergent is holding strong. I love to hear that. And that's the thing, man. If you did your pre-emergent app, you timed it properly, you applied it properly, you watered it in, you used the correct rate, I mean, it really shouldn't be rocket science. You should get a pretty good result as far as a major reduction in the amount of weeds you're dealing with in your lawn. So glad to hear that it's hanging on. We got Andre Taylor saying, happy holidays, everyone. What's going on, Andre? Thank you so much for saying hi in the live stream, coming by and saying hello. And then next up, we got Mr. Stephen Voss. He says, hey, happy Friday, Ron. Looking forward to some winter turf talk to scratch the itch, ready to take the lawn to the next level in 2025. Indeed you are. So guys, I already showed you guys the pictures of what Steven's working with. You can see my man is not messing around. He got one mower, and you know what they say when it comes to lawnmowers. The same thing when it comes to lawnmowers, comes to fishing poles, to golf clubs, to firearms. Like, one is none, two is one, and one is none, right? So what does he have? He's got not one mower, but two mowers. He got a backup for his mower, and got that combi system. I got to tell you, man, the combi system was one of the best investments I made in my lawn care program. I bought that setup in like 2018, and it has never missed a beat. Never missed a beat. Again, it's designed for commercial use. So using it on my lawn, you know, it's just probably really never going to wear it out as long as I take care of it, right? So, so yeah, really good investment. You're going to really enjoy that, Stephen. And you got all the trimmings, all the accoutrement to go along with that, with the system. And let's look at what you have. Did you go battery? It looks, I don't know, that doesn't look like a gas power. It looks battery, maybe. I don't know. It looks different to mine. It looks like a battery one. At any rate, let me know how it works if it is. All right, next up, we got Mr. Jeff Jones in the live stream. He says, happy New Year, Ron. I live in the Atlanta area and I have a zoysia lawn. I want to add verticutting to my lawn care program. How often should I do it? And how do I know when my lawn needs it? Great question, Jeff. It's a really good question. So as far as verticutting, I'm a fan of doing it. So you're in Atlanta, so you're gonna be really similar on the same timeline as me. Really at the end of May going into June. You can do it earlier in the season if you want. Like if you wanted to be able to thin the lawn out earlier in the season, you could use a light verticut as a way to do it. But as far as a time when I think you really get the benefits of verticutting, starting in the end of May, early June, and then really monthly or as the lawn needs it based on any issues you may be running into when it comes to mowing. So what do I mean by that? If you take a Bermuda lawn, at least zoysia is very similar as well too. When you start real mowing it, right, the lawn really begins to get thicker and gets really dense. And while that's nice, and it works well for the first part of the season, when you get into the hotter time of the year, the turf can get so thick that the mower begins to kind of float on the surface. Like the roller isn't actually running on the soil or the ground; it's running on the top of the grass. So. And what that will cause is you'll start getting scalping in parts of the lawn that you didn't get scalping before. So whereas like in April, even through most of May, the lawn would be absolutely great. You'd be cutting it at say 3/4 of an inch and life is good and there's no problems at all. And you start getting into June time frame, mid-June, especially when it gets hotter, and an area that you used to be able to cut and it was absolutely fine, you'll cut it and then it'll scalp. You'll get you'll notice either scalping up when you're mowing it, or a day or two later, you'll notice that it's a little bit of discoloration. So a way to head that off is to the key word, to gently verticut the lawn at the end of May going into June to thin it out just a little bit. And what that does is it preserves the cut quality throughout the entire season. So when I say verticutting during the year, the key word again is gently. Don't get in there and set the verticutter where you're carving trenches in the soil. You're cutting beneath the surface. Really, you want to set the verticutter up to where it's 2 to 4 millimeters above the surface. That way, you're just gently thinning out the turf. You're not going to really cause a lot of stress. And if you do it right, you're really not going to be able to tell visually. If you go and walk at the lawn and look at it and you're standing over it, you'll be able to see the lines from verticutting. But if you step 20, 30 feet away, you shouldn't even be able to tell that the lawn was verticut. You shouldn't see that it looks stressed or anything at all. It shouldn't look anything like how a lawn looks when it's scalped. So what I would say is start in the end of May, early June, and then in my case, I do it monthly. So end of May, end of June, end of July, and then I see how August is and decide if I need to do it then. But in my case, most times it's like 3 times throughout the season. For you with zoysia, you might be able to get by with twice in a season because zoysia grows a little bit slower than Bermuda. You may not need 3 times, but I would do for your first one. In other words, do the first verticut before you run into the cutting issues with the with your mower, with the lawn. So that's what I'd recommend. We do have a blog post that we did on the topic of verticutting that I can share with you. Actually, yeah, it's right here. It's let's see. Yeah, so if you go to the Golf Course Lawn Store, if you go to resources and blog, it was one from a couple of weeks ago at this point, on verticutting, dethatching versus scarifying. What's the difference and which one is right for your lawns? It talks about all 3 of them. What is verticutting? What is dethatching? Pretty much rarely recommend that, if ever, for most lawns. What is scarifying? Something I do also regularly, more frequently than verticutting, but not if you don't have a scarifier, no biggie. And why do it, when to do it, what the process is, and all that jazz. And in addition, there's also a chart at the bottom down here that you can just reference that talks about what each of them are, what you can expect to see, what each of them are good for, so you can determine which one makes the most sense based on whatever you've got going on in your lawn. So hopefully that helps, sir. I will I'll link the blog post in the chat for you, so you'll be able to use that if you see fit. Hopefully you get some value out of it. A lot of work goes into creating these blog posts, so really do appreciate when you guys read them. And guys, one small request is, the blog, I'm really trying to get more folks to be able to view it and see the content that's there. So if you guys wouldn't mind sharing it, at the bottom of every blog post, if you go through and you read one and say, hey, you know what, that was actually kind of useful. At the end of it, the bottom of it, you'll see there is a share button where you can share it, you can tweet it, you can pin it, or you can just take the link and just give it to a friend, family, whoever you want. So if you guys wouldn't mind sharing the content, it really would mean a lot to me. Hope that helps, Jeff. Great question. And again, what I will tell you is this, right? When it comes to verticutting, same thing when it comes to scarification, is start as don't be too aggressive to start. Like you can always make another pass. You can always get more aggressive, but you can't you can't undo it once you did it. So what I would say is just, start, don't be too aggressive to start. I really can't stress that enough. Even if you start at like 6 millimeters above the surface, no biggie. You can always make another pass if you want. You just don't want to be too aggressive, because done right, this really shouldn't stress the lawn. The lawn shouldn't lose a bunch of color after you're done verticutting it for the purposes that I'm doing it. Now, if you're doing verticutting as part of like a seeding project, then yeah, you're going to be more aggressive, because then you're actually using it almost as like a slit seeder. You can use a slit seeder to verticut if you want to. But what I'm talking about is like for turf management throughout the growing season. And in that case, we don't want to be too aggressive. All right. So hopefully that's useful, sir. Check out that blog post. If you have any other questions, definitely let me know. You are very welcome, Adam. Next up, we got Mars Bees in the live stream. She says, hi all, good luck. Good luck. You know what? I think it's probably time for another drawing, right? I don't want you guys to be out here all night. We got like 7 things to give away. So let's get to the third one. The third product, the third thing we're going to be doing is none other than a product that is near and dear to my heart. One of my favorite products in my lawn care program. I'm not sure if we've done one of these before, so I think it'll be a first. It's going to be a bag of Essential G. A bag of Essential G shipped to your door, no cost to you whatsoever. So we will see who the winner is. Who is the person that's going to win a bag of Essential G? Let's cue the intermission music. Let LG get all happy. He can sit down with his cocktail, his beverage. You can get all situated, and we'll draw the next name. All right, Ernesto, again, congratulations, sir. Send me an email. I didn't give you my email address. My email address is ron@golfcourselawn.com. If you guys don't have it, send me an email there with the address of where we need to send the stuff to. All right, so for the bag of Essential G, our winner is Myrtle. Myrtle, are you present in the live stream? Please come to the DJ booth to pick up your bag of Essential G. Now, we do not include vacuum sealed bags. You just get the bag of Essential G. That's the best I can do for you. I can't add all this extra stuff that Chris is doing, but it's something. So Myrtle, you have 5 minutes. It is 7:46 right now, so 7:51. If you're not here, we're gonna draw again. So one more time, you can see who it is. Myrtle, you hath won a bag of Essential G, assuming you have arranged your affairs such that you can be present on the live stream. All right, moving on. We got Jimmy Miller. He says, in the past 1 week, so my life has been a movie combo of The Nightmare Before Christmas and Smoking the Bandit. What we have here is a failure to communicate. Mowers are covered and awaiting repair. Oh, I hear you, Jimmy. I know you were going through some challenges with getting your mowers worked on, but it looks like you are all good to go. We got Cure Rent says good luck, and then Adams is winning, and then LG, LG, you're here, man. Yeah. All right. So I guess it brought tears to his eyes. Little Tango Bolero. There's still time, LG. Murtel might not be here again. He's got at this point 4 minutes. 4 minutes to say, hey, I'm here. In which case, someone else might win that bag, or someone else will win that bag of Essential G. Someone else will win it. We definitely want that, right? Let's see. Ernesto Pais. So on the shirt, let me make sure I got that written down. All right. Okay, so moving on to our next comment. A bunch of congrats. So you guys are all you're all being good sports. No one's being salty. No one's saying like kick rocks. I didn't see. I hope you run over like a bunch of gravel with your real mower. It's good. This is good. Good camaraderie. I like that. Randy's congrats. And then Adam Stark says, I never won anything before that I can remember. Well, here you go, man. Your first time. And again, guys, if you win, send me an email here, ron@golfcourselon.com with your address saying, hey, this is Ron, I won, and I will be able to tell you how to claim your prize. So Ernesto, I don't have an email from you as yet, but just, in case you watch the show later on, this is my email address. You have to email me there saying, hey, how do I get my free t-shirt? All right, so we'll give it a few more minutes here, and then we'll move on and draw again, assuming he's not here. LG's like, I love that sweet Tango B. It is, man. It is. I do like Tango Bolero. And then next up, John D saying congrats. And McNasty Motorsports. Again, every time I see your name, I always say it's like one of the best names for a motorsports shop. He says, happy Lawnmas and merry new lawn, everyone. What's going on, McNasty? Hopefully you're doing well. Hopefully you're still tuning some nasty cars out there. All right, next up we have Asa Snitchler. He says, thanks for all the content. I got my son hooked on you, and we both have the best yards in the neighborhood. I love to hear that. Awesome. Love to hear it. That's the whole point. That's why, guys. That's why the tagline for the Golf Course Lawn Store is to achieve golf course grass at home, because you want to be the envy of your neighborhood, right? You want to set the standard where they say, man, you know what? Asa's out there, his lawn's looking really good. I gotta step my game up. I gotta raise the standard, because let's face it, great lawns are good for everybody. It helps with property value, the point of pride. It's a great way to just talk and have conversation. It's a way for folks to drive by. Probably the most fun part about it is when folks drive by, they say, what kind of grass do you have? Grass looks incredible. It's the same grass that's in your lawn, or same grass that's in the lawn down the street. Or it's like, hey, I really want to get my grass to look just like this. And I'd be like, oh, if only you know what you're wishing for. Only you know what you're asking for there, sir. But it's fun. It's a fun hobby, right? And it's cool thing about working on your lawn is that it's never done, which is I personally find appealing, right? You can always get better, and even when you get it 2-3 weeks out of the year, or however often it happens to be for you, where it looks amazing, it doesn't stay that way. So it's always a chase. It's a constant chase, right? Like the whole purpose of the game is to keep playing, right? All right, we got Jonathan Camrado up next. He says, Happy New Year. Thanks, Ron, and everyone for all the questions and learning. Ron, my garage smells like Essential G. I'm set for 2025. When should a celloprint go down for spring grub control? Great question, Jonathan. So if you don't want the Essential G to smell, you can always look at the solution that Chris has. But to get to your question, as far as a celloprint, I'm a fan of applying your preventative insecticide in the late March, early April timeframe. That's going to get you great prevention for grubs, and then really, again, if you want to do your second app, it would be in the late July, August timeframe. We've got this outlined in our calendar, our schedule here on the Golf Course Lawn Store. So if you go to resources and then lawn care schedule, and you go to our carefully curated monthly application schedule, and you scroll down, and you will see that let's see here, in April, there you go. A spring insecticide application, a celloprint SC or a celloprint G. So it's right there on the store. But that's what I would do it for your initial app. And then for your second application, you really need to do it twice in the year. Next time would be in August. We have rates both for the liquid and for the granular in the product descriptions on the stores. And if you have any questions, if you decide to get them and go that route, you can always reach out to us. We'll help you out. But yeah, pretty much for that, it's going to be April and late July, early August timeframe. And in case you don't have this, just obviously you don't have this, Jonathan, I'm going to hook you up. You can get access to the schedule right here. So I'll do that, and I'll do one thing better. I'll even pin it so everyone has access to that. You can see the schedule for the product application schedule for next season. Same one that was for this year. We made a few tweaks to it, but that is what you would want to do to know when to apply what. All right, next up is the 2 Trilla from Manila. But you know what? We can't do that yet because we are at 7:52 and it's been 5 minutes and I don't see anything from Mertel, unless there's someone else here and your name's Mertel and I don't see that. So I guess we're going to have to draw again. Let's see here. Yep, I don't see him. You guys see him? No? All right. You guys are like, no, we don't see him. Draw, hurry. All right, so Mertel, sorry, you did win, but you weren't here, so we got to draw again. So for the bag of Essential G, without the vacuum bag attachments, the winner is JS Swabby or J Swabby. J Swabby, are you present? Are you present? If you are present, please message in the chat saying I am here, and then send me an email to ron@golfcourselawn.com with your address of where you want your bag of Essential G shipped. You got like 5 minutes, and then we'll draw again for the same product. We'll be here all night, guys, if folks don't show up. But hey, the longer they don't show up, the more better your ads are, right? Because it's only like 63 people or so. So I mean, those aren't terrible odds on 7. Well, at this point now, 5 drawings. Still pretty good, pretty decent odds. All right, so Jay Swab, you got 5 minutes. So we'll get to the top of the hour. At 8 o'clock, we will move on. All right, the 2 Trilla from Manila is in the live stream. He says, hey, Ron, and happy Friday, everyone, and happy holidays to all. I appreciate that, sir. Hopefully you are doing well. Thank you for the well wishes. Next, we got John Livingston. He says, love the show. I installed Zorozoja in mid-June, and I did a light spray of prodiamine on November 3rd due to some brown patch. Would it hurt to put more down now? I'm starting to see some brown patch. Okay, John, great question. So first of all, congrats on the new Zoysia, and I think what you mean. So for brown patch, you wouldn't use prodiamine. I think you're thinking of a fungicide instead, right? So azoxystrobin or I'm drawing a blank. What's the one that starts with a P? Let me look here. Look at the thing for headway G. I'm drawing a blank. So azoxystrobin and propiconazole. That's I think what you meant to say. So if you did in fact do prodiamine, then that would be incorrect. That's not going to really do a whole lot against your brown patch. If you use propiconazole, which is what I think you meant, then let me see. You did it in November 3rd. What I would have done is November 3rd, I would have applied it, and then 3 weeks later, 2 to 3 weeks later, I would have sprayed again. So to answer your question, yes, I would absolutely do a follow-up. I mean, you're almost 2 months between applications, which is a bit spread out, but yes, I would absolutely do that. So again, just to confirm, I think you meant propiconazole, not prodiamine. If you did in fact do prodiamine though instead of propiconazole, then and you still got brown patch. That's why, because propiconazole prodiamine is a pre-emergent. Propiconazole is the fungicide that you would have wanted to use. So hopefully that helps. If you did in fact do prodiamine instead of propiconazole or a fungicide of some sort, you can go to the Golf Course Lawn Store. We have fungicide in a couple of different forms. What I would go with is it really comes down to a couple of questions, to the question of whether you prefer liquids or granular. If you prefer liquid, then Pillar SC is a great choice. It has 2 fungicides in that one product. So you've got pyraclostrobin and tritaconazole as the active ingredient in Pillar SC, and then Headway G is azoxystrobin and propiconazole. So they are both they're both dual action products, and both fungicides are in the same families, which I think are 3 and 11. Not that any of that matters to you, but for all intents and purposes, either one of these will be effective for controlling and then also preventing brown patch in your lawn. It really comes down to, do you prefer liquid or do you prefer granular? Both will work well. Either one will work well. So in case that is truly it and you need a fungicide, this is what I would recommend that you go with, and I'll link it here in the chat for you, John, so you can get either Headway or Pillar SC there. So hopefully that helps. And again, congrats on the new lawn. Congrats. All right, next up we have KJR Degraded. KJR Degraded is up next. He says, hey, Ron, thank you for the content. Thanks to you, I'm the only one in my neighborhood with the only green grass in my neighborhood in Kansas. You know what? It's pretty cool. Now here's the thing. It may not be looking its absolute best, but a little bit of green is better than a whole lot of brown, right? So it still shows on that level, you're still the alpha on your street, which is what we're going for, right? You want to be that guy, that gal that's kind of setting the standard. Show folks that, I come out of dormancy sooner, I go into dormancy later. Like, I'm the 800-pound gorilla when it comes to lawn care on this street. Y'all need to put some respect on my name. So congrats. I'm glad to hear that it's worked out well for you. The content's worked out well, and that your lawn is looking good, man. Really cool. It's going to be even better next year. So keep going. Next up, we got Randall McCrae. Not really saying anything. No, not really saying anything. And then let's see here. Next, we got Jimmy Miller. Says, Ron, if you don't toot your own horn, someone's liable to come along and use it as a spittoon. Nah, man. It's it's much better to have people. You can puff yourself up, but better to have people just do it for you, right? If I'm doing a good job, people will either tell me or tell other people. So if I say I'm doing a good job, then it doesn't really say for a whole lot, right? Let your work show. Well, guys, I don't think he's here, man. I don't think Jay Swaby is here. I don't think so. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that we draw again? Draw? So we go with? You guys can't answer me, but I can see everyone's like yelling on their phones or on their computer. Yeah, draw, hurry, he's not here. His loss. All right, on that note, let's fire up our Tango Bolero. Again, one more again for a bag of Essential G. Our winner is Mars Bees. Mars Bees, and I know you're here because I saw you in the live stream already. You already commented. Hopefully you stuck around, because if you did, you won yourself a bag of Essential G. So if you don't mind, send me an email to ron@golfcourselawn.com right there, and I will get bag of Essential G on its way to you. Congrats on it, man. That's pretty cool. I know you've been through a lot this year. You had fescue issues. You had to go through and redo the lawn. We had a little issue with a scare with the fertilizer over application. So you've been through a lot this year. So a little bit of Essential G to help get the lawn, get the soil in good shape for next season. I'm sure we welcome. So again, you're a winner. Congratulations. If you are here, please drop send me an email with your address, and I will get it on its way to you. All right, let's see what else we got here, guys. So we'll keep moving on. And Mars Bees, again, hopefully you're here, because we'll give you till 8:05, but you got to let me know that you're still here. Let's see here. At Mars, are you still here? If you are, say yes, and then send me an email to ron@golfcourselawn.com with the address of where you want it to go. Yep, you're here. Cool. Yep, you're still here. All right, cool. So we'll move on. So I'll get this one with your name on it. But guys, fear not. You know what? Because some of you may have said, you know what? I really, really wanted that soil test kit, and I didn't win it. I really wanted a t-shirt because I like to be styling and profiling when I'm working on my lawn, and you didn't win it. And maybe you wanted a bag of Essential G, and you didn't win that. But we're going to run through this one more time. We're going to be giving away, again, a soil test kit, another shirt, and another bag of Essential G in the next 3 drawings, and then we have one more. We got like 4 more things to give away. Again, first soil test kit, then t-shirt, and then another bag of Essential G. So congrats again, Mars Bead. Stick around. There's still time. There are 65 of you left in that, and they have an option to win. So stick around. Don't run away yet. Don't run away yet. All right, our next question or comment comes from Jocelyn Y. Buckley. She says, good evening. I purchased the Sun Joe cordless dethatcher and scarifier combo, but I was specifically looking for dethatcher aerator combination. Why, when would one use the scarifier tool? Great question. Yeah, so the scarifier, so as far as in levels of aggressiveness, right? Dethatcher most aggressive, scarifier is less aggressive, and then in between scarifier and dethatcher is verticutter. So whereas you could verticut really once per month or so whenever during the growing season, scarification or turf raking is what I'd more refer to it as. You can do that every couple of weeks if you want to. And the benefit of that is any debris, clippings, any garbage that's in the lawn, it will gently pull that out. It's as far as like stress the turf, it's practically non-existent. It's not really going to stress the turf at all. And another benefit to scarification or to turf raking is as far as stripes, it helps to think of it almost like a brush, right? It helps brush the grass or all in the same direction whenever you're making a pass. So as far as like getting like some absolute killer stripes, you really can't beat it after you go through a nice turf rake. So the main purpose is to just lightly remove, thatch, any debris that's in the lawn. And then as far as maintenance throughout the season, it's used for that purpose and also for just laying just insane stripes. So you lightly turf rake and then mow afterwards, and the stripe action is absolutely off the charts. If you want to see what that looks like, I've got a live stream that I did, I think last year, where I did all of them. I think I verticut, I turf raked, and then I mowed. So you can see, like, and literally I would go and I show the lawn after each one. So I go out and I verticut and say, hey, here's how long it's after verticutting. And then I turf raked and I said, here's how long it's after turf raking. And then I go out and mow it and says, hey, here's how it looks after mowing. And be like, oh, wow. And you'll see progressively it gets better and better and better. The stripes get more and more and more pronounced. So I'm trying to find that live stream because it's in here. It's in here, and then I'll link it to you guys so you'll be able to take a look at it, and you'll have that. You can see the entire process. I mean, it's like me on a Saturday or whatever it was. I think it was over Labor Day or Memorial. I think it was Memorial Day weekend is when I did it, if memory serves me. So it was in 2020. Man, 2023. Man, time flies, man. It is crazy. Don't get old. Time goes by faster. Let's see, where is it? Oh yeah, there we go. Got it. Yep. All right. So yeah, so this is if you want to see the entire process done live, this is it right here, Jocelyn. So here you go. That is verticutting, turf raking, and everything done live in a couple now almost 2 years ago. All right. Next up, we have Robin Jesse. He says, hey, Ron, what can I use for a pre-emergent for Bermuda in Las Vegas, Nevada? When should I apply it? Thanks. Great question, Robin and Jesse. Timing-wise, I would have liked you've getting your pre-emergent out like in September timeframe, right? Like definitely a little bit earlier in the fall than now. For a fall pre-emergent, what I'm a huge fan of is a product called Spectacle Flow. Now, as far as a pre-emergent for warm season turf grass for keeping Poa annua out of your lawn, I've tried a lot of different combinations and nothing gets close to this. This stuff is incredible for that. It is more expensive, but it's an amazing product. The residual on it is a lot longer than a lot of other pre-emergents. So Spectacle Flow is a great option for a fall/winter pre-emergent. For a spring pre-emergent, what I would say to go with is either Dimension, which has the active ingredient dithiopyr, or Barricade, which is active ingredient prodiamine. So either one of those will work. So if you go to the golf course lawn store, if you go to shop and then weed killer, and then sort by pre-emergent, you will see Spectacle Flow, and then you've got your options for either Dimension or for dithiopyr or prodiamine. So any of these will work. This guy I primarily like to use in the fall, winter months. These are more springtime for me. So, and also the one other caveat, one other note, in your case, you're fine, but spectacle flow is really only for use on warm season turf grass. In your case, you get Bermuda, so you're good to go. So what I'll do is I'll link this to you in the chat so you can take a look for yourself and you can decide accordingly. In the chat, you will see in the product description, they'll have application rates that I've personally used and gotten great results with, but you can always tweak up and down based on what it is you're trying to accomplish. So hopefully that helps. All right, guys, let's move on to our one more question, and then we'll do a drawing. Oh, you know what? Oh, I see what you're saying. You have a different question. Okay, so hang on. Before I do this, Tony, Robert says Bermuda is growing in my tall fescue. Okay, all right. Yeah. So that is a different problem. So so you don't want you don't want a pre-emergent that's safe for Bermuda. You want to get rid of the Bermuda that's in your fescue, and you want to know if there's a pre-emergent that will prevent Bermuda from going. Not that I'm aware of. Not that I'm aware of that you could use on fescue safely anyway. So if what you're looking to do is get rid of Bermuda out of a fescue lawn, what you could use is a post-emergent herbicide called Fusilade 2. So I can show you that really quick. So you still got the pre-emergent there, but that's I based on your follow-up question, I think I understand more what you're after. So if you go to Golf Course Lawn Store, go to shop and go to Weed Killer, what you're going to want to go with is Fusilade. So Fusilade 2 is a selective herbicide. It can be used on ornamentals, but it can also be used on fescue for controlling Bermuda grass. So it'll likely take more than one round, but this is what you're going to want to use to selectively control Bermuda grass in your tall fescue lawn. So yeah, but again, it's not a pre-emergent. In this case, you're going to be treating Bermuda like a weed and using this to take care of it. So Fusilade paired with a little bit of surfactant should do the trick. It may take a couple of rounds, but that is what you're going to want to use to get rid of Bermuda in your tall fescue lawn. So sorry for misunderstanding. I thought you were looking for a pre-emergent that was safe for use on Bermuda. It sounds like you're looking for a way to prevent Bermuda in your fescue lawn, and there's not an easy way to do that other than just to control it using post-emergent herbicides. So not in a way that's not going to damage the fescue as well. So I'll send you the link here to Fusilade. You can get it in the same section on the store, but I'll just send it directly to you so you'll have them. You have them both. So this is Fusilade 2, and you're in luck because it's for controlling Bermuda grass. That's a good option. All right, so cool. Hopefully that helps, sir. All right, next up we got Tony J354. He says, "Hey Ron, I have Bermuda grass, but I have some zoysia. How can I kill the zoysia off?" So that's a tough one. So selectively removing Bermuda out of zoysia, there's a way to do that. I am not aware of a selective way anyway to remove zoysia out of Bermuda. So like getting Bermuda out of zoysia, that's been solved. Fusilade 2 and recognition, that combination will take care of Bermuda growing in a zoysia lawn. The other way around, I'm not aware of a way to selectively remove, get rid of zoysia out of Bermuda. I mean, I guess you could spot spray it with glyphosate, but that's going to damage the Bermuda as well too. So I'll do some digging and see if I come across anything. I'll reach out to some of my contacts at Syngenta, but I don't, off the top of my head, I don't know of a selective way to remove zoysia out of Bermuda. I can already see what he's going to tell me. I'm going to say, hey, how do I get rid of zoysia out of Bermuda? They're like, why would you want to do that? Like, everyone wants zoysia. Like, the problem we've been trying to solve is the other way around. But yeah, I'll do some digging, Tony, and see if I get an answer for you. There's not one that I know of. It doesn't mean there doesn't exist, but I'm not aware of a selective way of doing that. All right, guys, let's get to drawing. Let's just do another one. I don't want to keep you guys here all night. All right, so next up is a drawing for a My Soil test kit. Shipped to your door, absolutely free, courtesy of the Golf Course Lawn Store. All right, so Marsbead won the bag of Essential G. Congrats on that. So our winner for a My Soil test kit is. You guys ready? Actually, take a sip of water first. Let me pull this up so you guys can actually see me doing it. Our winner is 2 Trilla. The Trilla from Manila. Are you present? Are you present? I think I saw you in the live stream earlier. If you are here at 2 Trilla, are you here? Because if you're here, you just want a solo test kit. Are you present? Little Key and Peel. Are you present? If you're here, congrats. You just won one of these. So send me a message. Send me a message there in the chat saying, yeah, I'm still here, and we will get one of these on its way. You're there. Yes, you're here. Cool. I'm here. He's like, yeah, I'm here. Actually, you're probably dancing around like, yeah, with everybody, with the kids. Like, hang on, no, I gotta go tell them I'm here. So I'll lose my solo test kit. All right, so make a note of that. 2 Trilla. All right, cool. Very nice. Congrats, sir. Congrats. But fear not, guys. There's still 3 items left. There's still a chance. There's still a chance. Still a chance. Hold on. All right, next up, we have Bill Stewart. Bill Stewart's in the live stream. He says, hey, Ron, I've got something called black slime fungus in my Bermuda lawn. Not a huge deal, but I thought using Headway G would head it off. Since I had it last year, went with bag rate for dollar spot. Maybe I need to go heavier. It's way worse this year. How heavy are you watering, Bill? You know, it's funny. I have to look at the label for for Headway G, as far as slime fungus. I don't recall seeing that on the label. But I've had someone reach out to me this week that had this problem on their greens, and they admittedly were overwatering. So I'm not sure how much watering you're doing on your lawn, or if you have potentially a drainage problem. But we may need to make some adjustments to your watering schedule, since that can that a lot of times will create conditions that can cause these kinds of problems. I'm checking the label here really quick. I don't think I see. I don't think that's on the label, man. Let me look here. If not, I can. Yeah, I can. I'll reach out to I'll make a screenshot of this and I'll ask my folks at Syngenta about that. But yeah, if you can, Bill, if you've been watering like very heavily, let's try backing it off. Back off on how much water you're putting on the lawn and seeing if that helps. All right. And you say as far as for dollar spot, so if you went with bag rate if you went with Headway G for dollar spot, that should be fine. Like Headway G is able to control that. You should not have to go heavier. So dollar spot typically in Bermuda is not, you may see like the little cobwebs in the morning, the little spider webs on the lawn in the morning, but for a lawn that is healthy and that's getting enough nitrogen, it usually doesn't really turn into anything. Like on my lawn, for some parts of the year, in the morning I may go out there and I may see a cobweb here and there, like the beginnings of what you might think might be dollar spot, but it never really turns into anything because my lawn gets plenty of nitrogen, plenty of nutrient, so I never really have a problem with it, and that tends to be the case for most Bermuda lawns. So if you're certain what you have is dollar spot, and you're certain that you are feeding it enough, I'm not sure really what to tell you, because it's not normally an issue not normally an issue in Bermuda that is getting enough nutrient, that's being well maintained. But yeah, if you're sure it's dollar spot, if you applied propiconazole, or which is what's in Headway, I would do another application 2 to 3 weeks after that first one, and then that really should clean it up. It shouldn't take much to knock it out. So again, sorry you're dealing with that. I'll do some digging on my end as far as that fungus that you're talking about. But I would encourage you to reduce the amount of watering that you're doing, because that's likely contributing to the problem that you're running into. All right, next up is Ninos Yokana. He says, hello, Ron and everybody. Happy New Year, everyone. I already gave my last like of the year. Thank you so much, Ninos. I really appreciate that. Guys, we got over 100 folks in the live stream. If you guys are enjoying the show, hit that like button. Hit that like button. It really means a lot. Definitely do that. And next up, we have Mikey Geester. He says, hey, Ron, I'm addicted to the show. I appreciate that, man. Have you seen the new California trimmer Catalyst? I'm curious about your thoughts on it. Thank you, sir, and Happy New Year. I've never seen one in person with my own eyes. There's a couple of people in the academy, in the Golf Course Lawn Academy, that have them, and they seem to like them. And I've seen pictures of it, but I've never actually seen one myself. Thoughts on it? I'm sure it's fine. I mean, I don't know how, I never use it myself, so I don't know how hard it is as far as like doing the swaps between cartridges, like how much work that is. But I would just say get online, read reviews of what folks have said, see if anyone on YouTube has done a review on it as yet, and see what their feedback is. I haven't, the person in the academy that has one didn't really, didn't have anything negative to say. He seemed to really like it. So I guess it's okay, but I'm not speaking from personal experience. So I can't tell you, yeah, I've used one and this is what I like about it, this is what I don't like about it, because I've never actually physically seen one myself with my own eyes. Okay, next up is Garrett Snitchler. He says, hey, Ron, how's the lawn look? It looks dormant right now. You know, actually, I can show you what it looks like. From last week when it was raining, I took a picture or some video of it when it was raining, and that's it. That's what it looks like right now. It looks brown, still looks smooth, still looks nice, but it looks very dormant. That is it. That's a video from last week. So that's what I'm working with this time of year. Oliver Rittem is in the live stream. He says, good evening, Ron. Hope you had a good holiday. I appreciate the continuous show sponsorship tag. Yeah, man, that's the least I can do, man. So Oliver, yeah, if you guys don't know, last week, Oliver was the show sponsor and I misspelled his name. So I felt really bad about it. I emailed him, apologized and everything. So I had him as a sponsor on the show for at least the first hour or so tonight. I'll put him back up and have him up again for the rest of the night unless someone else gives a super chat. So yeah, I just wanted as a way to apologize and make up for it, because really forgetting someone's name is bad. Misspelling their name is probably second worst thing you can do. So I really feel bad about that. So again, apologies. Hopefully you're doing well. Hopefully you got some cool stuff for Christmas, or maybe you were just Santa. Maybe you got to do all the buying, right? At any rate, tis the season for giving, right? All right, my son is up next. Says, listening to the podcast while shopping with the wife. Thanks for making my life easier. Well, I appreciate that, man. I'm glad that that it can be a distraction while you are shopping with wifey. Good times, good times. You're shopping tonight? I guess maybe grocery shopping, right? Because Christmas shopping should already be done. So I guess maybe just grocery shopping or other errands, I guess, right? All right. Randall McCree is up next. He says, I have unusual grass growing in my St. Augustine. I can't upload a picture. I'm in Tampa, Florida. Is there anywhere I can send it for identification? Yeah, I think you sent me a picture. Let me see. Send me some pictures here. It looks like Bermuda. Let me get these up here on the live stream really quickly. Randall, give me 1 second. I'll do my best. So picture 1, picture 2, and picture 3. It's hard to say, but it does look, there's some Bermuda in there. All right, so this is what Randall is. Oh man, they're all, they're the Apple format. They're not JPEGs. Yeah, guys, if you send me pictures, please send them to me as JPEGs. It makes my life easier, but I don't have to go through and convert them. But that's okay. I has the technology. I can quickly do that. Fair or not. Let's see. That one and that one. All right. So this is what he is working with as far as the weed, air quotes, weed, growing in his St. Augustine lawn. It resembles Bermuda to me, but I'll let you guys weigh in as well. But that's what it looks like to me. All right. Let's see if these will load up. So that looks like Bermuda. Looks like Bermuda, Randall. So there's that. That's picture 1. Another picture, maybe Wild Bermuda, and then another picture there. Yeah, that looks like Bermuda of some sort. So so sorry you're dealing with that, but that's what it looks like, what you got going on in the lawn. So fortunately, you got St. Augustine. So there's good news for you. So as far as getting rid of Bermuda grass in your St. Augustine lawn, we have a solution. If you go to the Golf Course Lawn Store, you go to shop, and then you go to Weed Killer. We got a solution. It's not cheap, but it is good. So for getting rid of Bermuda grass in St. Augustine or zoysia, so selectively removing Bermuda out of zoysia or St. Augustine grass before a year or so ago, this was not possible to easily do. So like the Holy Grail, like Syngenta hath cracked it. It takes two things. It takes recognition herbicide and Fusilade 2. And we have it all together for you in a kit that saves you some time and money. You get your surfactant, your marker dye, everything you need to be able to do it. And as far as what you could expect to see, and as far as coverage goes, you can see you get like well over an acre, so you got multiple treatments out of that. But as far as before and after, I think I've got some here from some in the academy that was testing it last year, and we got pictures of it. So if you look here, whoop. Yeah, so this is a zoysia lawn. You have St. Augustine. This is a zoysia lawn that's looks pretty, but there's tons of Bermuda all throughout it. So this is it before. This is, again, zoysia and Bermuda before. You're showing the vanity strip there. And, again, Bermuda in the zoysia. So that's a combination of the two, right? And then now this is after spraying recognition and Fusilade. You can see on the right there where that was primarily zoysia, how that's still all nice and green and good because that was all zoysia. But you can see how much of that was Bermuda grass. And while the zoysia is still green, the Bermuda is dead. And then another picture, you can see with zoysia left looking pretty good, and then the Bermuda was killed off and removed. So as far as a great way to selectively remove Bermuda out of zoysia, this kit is what you would want. So hopefully that helps, sir. I'll send you a link to where you can pick it up. Again, it's again not inexpensive, but it is excellent. I have not had anyone come back to me and say, you know what, I got that and it didn't work well. Everyone has been like, oh my God, thank you so much. I would have paid twice for this. It totally solved my problem. So there you go, Randall. Looks like you got Bermuda in your St. Augustine and there's a solution to it. And now you have it there sent to you in the chat. And I'll link it down here as well. So in case anyone else is looking for it, they'll be able to get it as well too. All right, we got a super chat. This one is from Mr. Lance F. Thank you so much, Lance.
Super chat.
He says, Ron, do you remember the conversation you had with Devin when he said he would never do this to thin out his cool season grass? What was, it was something that would do too much damage to the turf. Was it vertikiting? No, it wasn't vertikiting. It was scalping. It was scalping. Yeah. Here's the thing. He's actually going to be on next week. If things go to plan, and that's what we've been planning for. He's agreed to come on the show next week, the first show of 2025. But yeah, it was scalping is what he was referring to. He said he would never really scalp his cool season grass, just cause a lot of damage to it, too stressful. So if memory serves me, that is what he was referring to. So I really do appreciate that, sir. Thank you for the super chat. And because you are our first super chat of the evening, you are now our show sponsor. So there you go, sir. Your name in lights for whatever that means to you. And I actually spelled it right this time, which is good. All right. Thanks again for this super chat, Lance. Really do appreciate it. All right. Moving on, we have Joe Cox. He says, good evening. Happy Friday. Happy Friday, Joe. Hopefully you're doing well. And did they respond to Trilla is here? Yeah, so he got his soil test kit. Let's do another drawing, guys. We're getting kind of, well, actually, let's do a few more questions and then we'll do another drawing because I want to make sure I get through your questions before we run out of stuff. Francis, Merry Christmas. No mercy. This is Sparta. Y'all are savage, man. Both are savage. Gene Miller says, both reel mowers have a new relief grind. Well, I also need to do a back lap on the reels also. You shouldn't have to. I mean, if you had a new reel and bed knife installed on the mowers and they did the grind, they did a relief grind, you're good. You don't need to back lap it. They should, I mean, it should be sharp. It should be cut and paper when it comes back from the mechanic. You shouldn't need anything else. All right, a bunch of congrats. We'll skip past those. And then LG says, of course, LG says, any chance you'd give away a set of those sweet golf course lawn flannel PJs? Man, listen, you ain't ready for these. You ain't ready for this hotness. I don't know if you're ready for this, LG. Are you ready for these, man? Flannel PJs. They are warm, they're nice and toasty. But no, not tonight. There's no flannel PJs. All right, no flannels. Next up is Garrett Snitchler. He says, have you seen people putting a tarp on top of their laundry in the winter? I'm assuming it's to keep it from freezing. Yeah, it's to help prevent damage, Garrett, is why they do that. If you ever go look at a YouTuber. There's a YouTuber called the Lawn Tools. If you look at some of their content, if you look at, they have a short they did very recently where they have a small little, it's like a trapezoid in their front lawn that they made a little mini greenhouse for to try and keep it green during the winter. And it's working great. Like the rest of the lawn is dormant. It's like a plexiglass greenhouse they put on top of it, and that area is still staying pretty green. It's kind of a cool experiment they're doing. So yes, that by putting a tarp on it, you are trying to keep snow off of it is one reason, but also temperature. But if you're trying, I'm not sure how well that's really going to help keep it green, because you are also blocking all the sunlight. To try and keep it green, you have to do like what they did, which is like build like a mini greenhouse using this like plexiglass thing they did with a wood frame. It's kind of cool. But doing that for your entire lawn, not really practical. Asa says, I'm needing to find some of those large vacuum bags. I got you covered, Asa. You can grab them here. If you're looking for them, you can, if you're that guy, you want to be like Chris, ASA, you can get the vacuum bags right there. Okay. Next up, we have a question, then we'll do a drawing. This one is from Isser Ifrain Aliaga. He says, hey, Ron, I bought a 2-gallon sprayer due to the size of my lawn being 2,600 square feet. Would that be okay, or should I buy a backpack sprayer? Should I change the spray tips? A 2-gallon sprayer should be fine, man. So 2,600 square feet is closer to 3,000 than 2. So what I would say is you're likely going to have to do like 1 tank full, spray 2,000 square feet, and then do another tank full and spray the rest of the lawn. So probably like 3 gallons-ish or so over the 2,600 square feet. It really depends on you. You can make a 2-gallon sprayer work over 2,600 square feet without problem. If you want to just do 1 pass and not have to do like multiple fill-ups, then a sprayer with more capacity, like a 4-gallon sprayer, like a backpack sprayer, would be the way to go. Is it worth it to you? Only you can really answer that. I mean, in my case, for my lawn, I would not, like a 2-gallon sprayer would be a nightmare over almost 12,000 square feet. But for like 2,600 square feet, it really depends on you. If money's not a big deal to you and you're like, hey, I just want to make 1 pass and have the flexibility to also maybe run higher dilution rates if you want to, then a sprayer is a good choice. You know what I mean? A 4-gallon sprayer, a backpack sprayer is a good choice. The one that I would recommend is the one that I use. It's the one from Yardmaster. It's a 4-gallon sprayer. I've got, like, my sprayer is, I think it's serial number 6. So it's like the sixth one they made. And it's still going strong. So it's a great sprayer. They're not cheap, but they're also not cheaply made. So they work great. And as far as spray tips, it comes with all the spray tips you need. It comes with a flood jet nozzle for spraying soil products like your fungicide, insecticides, pre-emergent. And it also comes with a foliar spray tip for spraying all the fun stuff like liquid fertilizer, biostimulants, growth regulator. So you're all good to go. For that price, you get everything you need. So I'll link that for you if you want, Ephraim. Or I'll even give you a more economical option. So there's the sprayer. If all you want are the spray tips, then I can probably help you out there as well. So you say, I don't really want to buy a sprayer. I just want to get the spray tips. If you want to do that, here is the foliar spray tip. And then for your pre-emergent, this is the flood jet spray tip. So it's really your call. Depending on whether, if you buy the sprayer I linked, then you don't need to buy any spray tips because it comes with everything. If you decide to keep the sprayer you have, which is not a bad choice. I mean, you got 2,600 square feet. Then you can just buy a couple of nozzles and you'll be good to go. All right. So hopefully that helps, sir. Let me know if you need anything else. All righty. Let's get on to the next giveaway, right? I'm talking too much talk, not enough stuff being given away. I know you guys are probably like, man, this man is not shut up. We are here after Christmas. I want to get back to my eggnog, my bourbon, and he got me here waiting in here talking about this other stuff. Give me my stuff. All right, so next up, we are doing t-shirt. Miramichi green t-shirt of your choosing. You got I'd Rather Be Mowing the Lawn, a Greatness from the Ground Up t-shirt, your choice, a shirt of your choosing. You can see the swag options available right here. I'll be able to tell you how to pick your shirt once you send me an email after the show is over, and I'll get you all squared away. So the winner of the Greatness from the Ground Up t-shirt, courtesy of the nice folks at Miramichi Green, is Sean Hall 7366. Sean, if you're pleasant, present, please come to the DJ booth. We would like to give you a t-shirt, sir, but you got to be here. So Sean Hall, are you here? At Sean Hall. Let me see. I'll just do this. Sean Hall, are you present? We'll give you a few minutes here, Sean. It's 8:30, so we'll at 5 minutes from now we'll draw again. But you are currently our winner of the t-shirt. Put some music on while I look for the next question. All right. And the next up, ASA says, great. Thanks for the tip on keeping the products clean and fresh. $2 off coupon was also available. Cool. It's nice. I dig it. Let's see here. LG says, in short, you post this morning, it sounded like you finally came to terms with the fact that Bermuda is indeed a weed. Okay, Bermuda is not a weed. Never has been a weed, never will be a weed. However, in some lawns, it can be considered undesirable. And given that it's undesirable, there are options for removing it, LG, but we're not gonna be calling Bermuda weed. Let's start cursing out here, right? Be nice. Sean, you're present. Cool. So Sean, if you can, please send me an email to ron@golfcourselawn.com. Just saying, hey, this is Sean from the live stream. I won the t-shirt, and I will be able to tell you how you can grab your shirt. You are present. Cool. Fear not. We have two things left. We have Essential G, and we also have a carbon kit, Golf Course Lawn carbon kit, right? So stay tuned. Still got a chance. All right, next up is Ryan Contento. He says, hope everyone is doing well. We are, Ryan, can't complain. Thank you so much for stopping by and saying hello. And then at Mel, at Flex, this is thanks to you, man. Thanks for sharing all your knowledge, man. And listen, I share the knowledge, but again, you got to do the work. It's one thing to say, I would do X, Y, Z, but if you do A, B, C, or you do nothing, then you don't get the result, right? I always tell folks, don't be mad about a result you didn't get because of work you didn't do. So got to do the work, right? Got to do the work. On the topic of flexes, I think, where's that picture he sent me? I think Jeremy sent me a picture of his lawn, and he was saying, here's the thing though. So there's been a lot of talk about folks wanting to oversee the Bermuda lawn in the winter, in the fall, to try and keep the grass green throughout the winter. And Jeremy, I believe, is in Dallas. He has Tiff Tuff, and when he sent me this email, he's like, overseed what? Just get some Tiff Tuff, man. So Dallas, Tiff Tuff, Bermuda in December, not bad, right? I mean, it's not like crazy, amazing, knock your socks off like May Bermuda, but I mean, that looks really good. For December, I would take that. He's got that, and I've got that. That or that, that or that. Big difference, right? So for December, that looks really good. Overall, looks really nice, man. Great edging, good, nice landscaping. Overall, looks really good. And I appreciate the fact that you got that nice clean edge. You didn't send me a picture of like a green lawn with a jacked up edge. You made sure you got the stick edger out. You edged the lawn before you send the picture in, because now it's going to be on the internet and they're going to judge you by this. And most folks are going to say, you know what, Steven, he's all right. He got Tiff Tuff, but he also runs his stick edger. He puts some, he respects us enough to make sure his lawn is at least presentable before he shows it to the world. So appreciate that. Thank you for sending me the picture. Next up, we got Mr. Darmarculus Thompson. He says, greetings, Ron. Thanks for another great season, content and support. I appreciate you, Darmarculus. And Steven says, it is the battery, works great so far. Nice. Steven, if you're still here, what kind of runtime do you get out of it? Or just say this, have you ever had the battery run down if you were going out? Let's say you were going out and you did rotary scissors, you stick edged, and then you blowed off all the clippings or whatever. Can you get all that done on your lawn on a single charge, or do you have to like swap batteries? Be interesting to know. He said it's a commercial battery, 135R. Nothing else I regularly use is 2-stroke, so I didn't want to mix oil and gas. I got you. Yeah. So if you don't use, that's a good point. If you don't use 2-stroke, then there's no point in then having to have I literally have a canister, a small little 1-gallon canister that's literally just for the still combi setup. So yeah, I get what you're saying with having to have a special thing just for that. I understand it. The struggle is real. When I got mine, the electric wasn't even a thing. So there you go. We got Kenny Cadell. What's going on, Kenny? My buddy, my brother from another mother, who's we're united in football in the SEC. His how's it been going? Been a while. Been doing well, man. I can't complain. How is LSU? In the college playoffs. College playoffs. LSU. Let's see. Are a day a limit? Okay. So no, okay. LSU didn't make it in the playoffs. Okay. You can still back. I think you can still back Georgia. You can back Georgia. I think is Texas still in? I think Texas is still in. Did they beat Clemson to stay in? I'm not sure what it is, but I mean, at any rate, you can still back the SEC. You can be a Bulldog for the next however many weeks, unless Georgia already lost. This weekend, I really didn't follow anything, so we should hopefully we're still in here. So UGA's playing. Oh yeah, that's right. They're playing Notre Dame. That's what it is. Okay, so you can be Kenny. You can back UGA. You don't have to get a shirt or anything, but you can just put it on. You can be like when they kick the ball off, you can be like, "Go Dog." You got to say it loud. You can just whisper it, just because SEC's got to beat, all the other ones, Big Ten or whatever. I don't even know. I think Notre Dame is like, I think they're special, right? They're like, we are Notre Dame. We're not in any of them. I'm not sure if they actually joined a conference or not. I should know that. I don't think they're in a conference, or at some point they weren't. They might be now, but I don't think they used to be. All right, Todd is up next. He says, building a new home on Lake Gaston, North Carolina, will have tall trees on the perimeter. Challenges already starting. Thinking about installing zoysia due to shade tolerance. What zoysia cultivar do you recommend? What height of cut with a Greensmaster 1000? Any of them would work well. I can tell you, Lee has El Toro zoysia. And he does have some trees in his lawn, and his zoysia looks pretty good. So you could go with El Toro if you like that. Really, just I would pick it more based on the texture and the look of it that you like more so than anything else, because any of them are going to do a lot better than Bermuda in shade. I know that Lee, the guy from that owns Real Rollers, has El Toro, and his works really well. He's got a lot of open areas, but he's also got some areas with some trees, and it also looks pretty good in that area as well. As far as height of cut, I would keep the height of cut between 5/8 and 3/4 of an inch. So no lower really than 5/8, and then no taller, and then no higher than really 3/4 of an inch. I think that for me, that's a good sweet spot as far as getting great stripe action. The color stays nice. It has that nice fairway type look, that golf course lawn look. And if you go much shorter than that, the mowing demands go up quite a bit. The color isn't quite as good in my opinion. It's a lot more work for not a whole lot more upside. So I'd say keep it between 5/8 and 3/4 of an inch. Well, I'll tell you, on my lawn, I started out this season, at 5/8, and then in like late June, early July, I went up to like 3/4 of an inch, and I left it there the rest of the year, and that's where it is now. And then next season, I'll start over and I'll do the exact same thing again. So that's what I would do, Todd. Congrats on the new property and the new house and the new lawn. Send us pictures of it once you get it all set up, man. Sounds like a fun project. All right, let us draw again. I know we're kind of winding down here, but let us draw again. Let's see what we can do next. So we're gonna do a bag of Essential G. We're gonna do another bag of Essential G. So let's go over to the drawing. We'll cue Tango Bolero so LG can be happy. All right, so for a bag of Essential G, shipped to your door, our winner is DJ Chris Allen. Not dancer Chris Allen, the DJ. DJ Chris Allen, are you present? You must be present to win, so I'll say at DJ Chris Allen, are you here? You got a few minutes. You got 5 minutes. Are you present? All right, if you are, let us know, and we will get a bag of Essential G on its way to you. All right, so congrats on winning. Love to be seen if you actually collect on your prize. All right, next up we got Kenneth Rada saying hello. What's going on, Kenneth? Thanks for coming by and say hello. We We got Roxanne P. Says, thank you for this live stream. I've learned so much. I'm glad that it's useful, Roxanne. Really appreciate you taking the time to come and hang out and say hello. Glad it's fun. And also, again, live stream is one source of information, but also check out the blog on the Golf Course Lawn Store. We put a lot of time into putting out content on that. So if you can't find your answer here, more than likely it's in a blog article that's been written at some point on the store. We got happy holidays from Tiz 20,232. And thanks for coming by to say hello. And you know what? For you guys looking for the blog, you can actually find it. You can find it there. All right, Brett, what's going on, Brett, man? Long time no talk, buddy. He said, just moved in a bit down the road from you, Ron. I'm swinging by to borrow one of those mowers. Dude, you moved to Georgia? That's awesome. Cool, man. You gotta stop by and say, hey. Heck yeah, man. I'm gonna text you after the show's over. Hopefully I don't get off too late. That's cool. I did not know this. It's pretty. I know either your parents or your wife's family. One of them. I know one of your families around here. So that's kind of cool, man. Sweet. Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's what you moved into the neighborhood, or you're nearby anyway. So cool. Yeah, I will text you after the show's over and see whereabouts you be. Very, very cool. Next up is Jimmy. Okay, I did that one. Jimmy's talking about tree. I sent that one. And then Robert Thomas says, evening all. What's going on, Robert Thomas? Merry Christmas from Ryan. And Merry Christmas from Neil White. Appreciate that, Neil. Thank you so much. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year to you too. And then Offroad NV says, happy Friday, Ron. Thank you for helping with our lawn addiction. Tis my pleasure. LG's already starting up. LG, look, man, you don't know that. He might not show up. I mean, let me see here. I said like 5. He's got 2 minutes. He's got a minute and 37 seconds is what he's got left. And if he doesn't show up, then we're just going to draw it again. We're going to draw for the Essential G again. So you got a chance, man. You still got a chance. Okay. Next is Mars Beach. She's all happy. Congrats again. LG being the great sport that he is. And then Jimmy says, Ron, odds are that I will not be able to real mow the backyard due to the oak trees. Front is Bermuda, so grooved roller or smooth. Cannot draw a straight line with a ruler. Here's the thing. I'm a fan of grooved rollers, man. Given the choice, I would just say go grooved. Given the choice between grooved and smooth, I've used a smooth roller. They're fine. The cut quality is just better with a grooved roller, and it's better and it's more consistent. So grooved. I would absolutely say grooved. Greens mowers only come with grooved rollers. We saw the ones I've seen, so that should tell you something right there. The people who, their life's work is nothing more than to create the absolute best, the most pristine cut on a stand of turf grass, they have agreed that the grooved roller is the way. So who are we? Who are we mortals to question the folks at John Deere or Toro as whether we should put a smooth roller on our mowers? Grooved roller it is. All right, Jacob is saying congrats. And then next we got Darren Proctor. He says, adding spoon feeding and growth regulator to my 2025 program. Awesome, I like it. PGR half rate for Zoysia is 1/2 ounce to 4 gallons in a 4-gallon backpack sprayer. Yeah, exactly. That's a great question, Darren. Yes, so for Zoysia, same thing for Bermuda, every 2 weeks you would add 1/2 ounce of Primo Max to 4 gallons of water, and you're going to spray that over 4,000 square feet. Now, the range, as you get further in the season, you can bump that up a little bit. So the range is from 0.50 up to as high as 0.80. So anywhere between 0.5 to 0.8 in 4 gallons of water over 4,000 square feet. That's going to give you a great rate for doing that split application of Primo Max. If you're stacking Primo along with a new EZ, highly recommend it. Stuff's awesome. These two together, incredible. You're going to go with a rate of 1/2 ounce, so 0.5 ounces per thousand. So what that looks like is you're going to use 2 ounces of a new EZ in 4 gallons of water, along with anywhere between 0.5 to 0.8 ounces of Primo Max in the same 4 gallons of water over 4,000 square feet. You're going to do that every 2 weeks, and your neighbors are going to say you're cheating. It's not fair. I'm trying all I can. I can't catch you. And you're going to be like, yeah, such is life, man. I play to win. You'll be able to tell them all that. And because this is probably, you were probably writing, you know, saying, what do you say for the rate and everything? I've got you covered. I've got you covered. I've got a carefully curated blog post all about plant growth regulator that I will link here for you in the chat that has all these rates, even has a video. So if you don't want to read it, you can take a look at the video that's embedded in said blog post. If you go down to this post, which I'll link in the chat here in a second, talks all about growth regulator, talks about the benefits of them, about Primo, about a new EZ, about how to use Primo by itself. In my opinion, the best way to not have any negative outcomes with it. And then this video, which talks about using Primo and a new EZ together, my secret weapon, which is, really love that. Really good. And then to make it life easier for you, got the split up rates for Primo on cool season grass, on Primo Max warm season grasses, and then the same thing for a new EZ for warm season grass and cool season grass. You got everything you need. You got no excuse. No excuse. And both of those, again, what the rates that I give you for those are the low ends of a range. So you can go up a little bit on the rate for a new EZ if you want to. Same thing for Primo. You can go up a little bit on the rate as well too. But those rates as far as starting points are going to work really well. So here you go, Darren. I'll set you up. There you go. That is the blog post on growth regulator. All right, so guys, I don't see him. I don't know if you guys see him, but I don't see DJ Chris Allen. So you snooze, you lose. Snooze, you lose. So we're going to go back. Drawing again for a bag of Essential G. Here we go. Cue the intermission music by DJ Chris. You didn't show up, man. So our winner of a bag of Essential G is Dr. B. May. DRB May. DRB May. Are you present? Are you present? Are you live and direct in the live stream? Let's see here. DRB May, are you present? If you are, please speak up so we can get you your bag of Essential G. Because if not, in the next 5 minutes, we're going to have to draw again. And, we got to give it away. The live stream's not ending until it's all gone. So hopefully you're here. If you're not here, then someone else can win it. So we'll give you a few minutes. It's, 53, 52, 53. Moving on to the next question and or comment is Mr. Tom Hoffenkamp. He says, happy Gap Week, y'all. Praying I didn't miss a winner. Oh, Tom, you're here? You didn't see about the... No, I'm just messing with you, man. I play, but I shouldn't play like that. I shouldn't play with your emotions like that. You did not win. Not yet. You might, because if he's not here, then you might have the opportunity. He says, question for Ron, not Master Ron. He says, for Ron and cool season grass gurus alike, yellow tips on PGR. Is it hungry maybe? The base looks super healthy. Cut is clean and sharp. Yeah, so if you get yellow tips after spraying growth regulator, especially if it's the first time you sprayed it, that could be what's referred to as tip burn. People refer to it as bronzing or tip burn. Normally, it only really happens the first time you apply growth regulator after the lawn being out of regulation for an extended period of time. So let's say if you had done that, you sprayed in say April. The first time you started using growth regulator, say, is in April in your case, right? The very first time, depending on the rate you use, you may get that. If you spray using the lower rates, using like a split application, option, the technique that I'm talking about, like you really shouldn't get that. Even if you do, it should only be the first time. And then really after that, every subsequent time you spray, it shouldn't be a problem as long as you are sticking to the rates that are appropriate for your particular grass type. So it's not a big deal. If you do get that, when you mow the lawn, you're going to cut it off and the lawn will be nice and green and look great. But typically when you see that problem, Tom, it's normally just the first time after the first application of growth regulator after the lawn being out of regulation for an extended period. So you're like, again, think coming out of lawn waking up in the springtime and you're doing your first growth regulator app, or you didn't use it all most of the season, or you introduce it in the fall, the very first time you could get that if you were a little bit heavy-handed on the application rate. But I mean, again, it's not that big a deal. You mow the grass, it'll come off and you're good to go. Alrighty. All right, next up, we have a super chat. This one is from Mr. LG. I can only imagine. He says, Will super chat bribe increase my chances of winning? If not, prepare for more trolling in the comments. After all, it only makes sense for LG to win the Essential G. Yeah, I guess it's one point. Here's the thing, though, LG. It doesn't increase your chance of winning because I have no control over it. It's a random comment picker you guys are seeing. There's a website that I go to that does it all randomly, so there's no nepotism, no favoritism whatsoever. However, given that you are the highest donator of super chats in the live stream, you can be the show sponsor. So that's something, right? So there you go. Look, your name in lights for whatever that means to you. There you go. See, LG. So yeah, we'll see, man. Hopefully you win because you're right. You are pretty good at the trolling, and I prefer not have to deal with that. We got let's see, one more minute. Dr. Dr. B. May, if you're not here, we will draw again. Let's see here. Jason Crawl says, hey, Ron, how to bluegrass out of Bermuda? How to get rid of bluegrass in Bermuda? You could use Celsius. I mean, there's a bunch of different things that'll do it. Celsius will do it. Pretty much most selective herbicides that are safe for warm season grass, like Celsius, like Certainty, are not safe. They will damage and or kill cool season grasses like Kentucky bluegrass. So what I would go with is Celsius because you also get great broadleaf control as well out of it. No temperature restrictions. Great product. This is what I would use. So I'll set you up really quick, Jason. That's what I would go with. I'll get you a link to Celsius on the Golf Course Lawn Store. If it's a small amount, you can just get the small individual packets. If not, you can get the 10 ounce. Use surfactant with it for best results. When I send you this link, it's going to have an option for a kit. That is what I would get. I would get either the 10 ounce kit, or like for the bottle this size, or do I have a small one here? Or the individual packet kits. You're going to have an option that comes with surfactant and dye that includes this, or an option that includes surfactant and dye that includes this. So you have to pick one of the two. I would not do them just by themselves. I would absolutely use surfactant with them for best results. So there you go. Take a look, and that will get you all squared away, sir. Hopefully that helps. Appreciate the question. All right, next up we have me saving that question because I'm sure someone else is going to have it at some point. All right, next up we got to Trilla, the celebratory. I won. You did win. All right, a bunch of congrats. And then next up is C Hill saying greetings and salutations. Ron H and Lon Peeps, happy holidays to all, and Lon dominating season 2025. And then Jocelyn says, how can I enter the drawing? I missed it. Yeah, so you would have had to you would have had to have commented on last week's live stream. That is how you're entered to win. With the question was, what was the fertilizer that we introduced in the Golf Course Lawn Store this year? It was a liquid fertilizer. And the answer is the Golf Course Lawn 2023 liquid fertilizer. So that's why you see all these comments have that as the answer. All right. Vicky saying congrats. All right. And Chris Allen says, gotta run. Have a great weekend, everyone. Whoa, was Chris? Ooh, I think Chris, you missed it, dude. I think you were here, but then you left. Oh man, that stinks. All right. Next up is Michael Kuhn. He says, I don't know if this has ever been brought up here, but I think the keto Great Lawn is one grass seed variety that includes other brands of the same type and seed variety. Okay, I guess it's one way of looking at it, Michael. Not really heard that, but okay. We got another super chat. This one is from Mr. Tom Hoffenkamp. Thank you so much, Tom.
Super chat received.
He says, I need this one. He says, surely, Ron, perennial ryegrass, not PGR. Rue overseeded. I got it. Thanks for the correction, Tom. And then next up, we have a super chat. This one's from Mr. Archie Amos. What's going on, Archie? Thank you so much, sir. I appreciate that.
Super chat received.
I think Archie just came in just to say, hey, you know what? You know what? He came in just to mess with LG. I don't know that for a fact, But I feel like LG, here's the thing. Whenever, Michael Jordan was making that comment saying when someone compared him, someone, made a comparison directly to him and he was like, I took that personally. I'm not saying it for sure, but I feel like, I think Archie's doing this just to get your goat. If I had to bet, this is what's going on here. Because this has happened in the past. At any rate, Archie, thank you so much for the super chat, sir. There you go. Your name in lights for whatever that means to you. All right. Next. I don't think he's here, guys. He's not here. He's not here. So let's go back to the drawing. Where did I leave off? Dr. B. May, I don't see you here. So we will redraw. All right. Cue the intro music. All right. For a bag of Essential G, for the third or fourth or fifth time, our winner is... John. You know what? We should have like an LG cam. We should have an LG cam whenever this happens. He's probably like in the living room. I'm sure it's incredible. All right, at John Malonis, if you are present, let us know. Speak now, forever hold your peace. You have won a bag of Essential G, or did you? You got to be present to win. 4626. Are you present? I don't know. We'll find out. You never know, LG. I guess people really don't know about this Essential G, man. I don't know. I swear it's a good bag. I don't know why everyone's not showing up to get it. We'll give it a few minutes here. And if not, we'll draw it again. All right. Next up, we have Toucan Sam. He says, "Hey Ron, it's been a while, but I'm planning for spring, and I notice heavy rain in my compost level washes away because my yard has a mild slope to it. I plan on leveling again in the spring. Should I try to divert the water from the yard before leveling, or will the sand not wash away as quickly as this compost mix?" Excellent question. Yeah, so if the rainfall is coming from your house, like there's like a downspout or something, and water is draining directly into the lawn, like the slope part of the lawn, I would try and correct that before you do your leveling. For a number of years, I had a downspout in the front of the house that used to drain in the front lawn, and to answer your question, yes, even sand is going to get moved around. It's going to make a mess whenever heavy rain comes if you don't correct this. So what I would say is get some flex tubing if possible, and redirect the water to like some kind of hardscape, like your driveway, a sidewalk, something like that that's away from the slope. That is going to solve that problem. I wish I did mine. It's been probably 3 years now since it's been fixed, and I wish I'd done it sooner because it makes a big difference. You don't have nearly the washout problems. You don't have the wear problems because just water always running down the lawn in that same area causes a lot of wear. So you end up having the top dress and fix that spot over and over. But if you adjust where the drainage goes, then you don't have that problem anymore, or it's severely reduced. How about that? So yes, I would work on diverting the water if at all possible, if it's convenient and easy for you to do so. So good question. I mean, again, I did that on my lawn, and my only regret is I didn't do it sooner. I should have done it sooner, man, because it makes a big difference as far as the lawn staying just when you top dress it the material doesn't get moved all around, and then just as far as wear, a lot less wear on the lawn. All right, let's see here. I don't see John as yet. We'll give it some time. It's going to get more rowdy as the live stream goes on, I can tell. All right, next up, I have another question. How do you get rid of Bermuda in flower tree beds? Yeah, so to keep it out, not really possible to permanently keep it out. Not easy anyway. Your best bet is to use a physical barrier of some sort that goes beneath the surface. That's going to slow down how quickly the roots, the rhizomes can get into. They can go under the whatever that barrier is and get into the bed and begin growing. And then your next bet, as far as how to get rid of existing grass in your flower beds or tree beds, is to use a combination of Fusilade 2 and glyphosate. I've used glyphosate by itself and it works okay. I've used Fusilade 2 by itself and it works okay. You use glyphosate and Fusilade together, that combination, it is money. Like it's the first combination I've ever found that is as close to one and done against Bermuda that I have come across. So I will, I'll send you, I've got a video that shows, options for mixing it, and I'll get you that here really quickly because I did that a few years back, and I think you will get some value out of it. Here we go. This is it right here. So here you go, sir. You now have it. If you need anything else, let me know at Toucan Sam. Remove Bermuda. Yeah. So yes, will the combo harm trees or the plants in the bed? Yes, it will. So you don't. So it. The thing is, you're treating it as a foliar spray. So you're not going to want to get it on any other ornamentals. You're not going to want to get it on the leaves of the tree. You want to get it only on the Bermuda. So the way you do that is to use a physical barrier of some sort. What I did is a piece of cardboard. So in my case, I had my lawn that I didn't want to get this stuff on, and I had the Bermuda in the beds. So when I was spraying, I would just use a piece of cardboard, but that was a barrier between my lawn and the beds, and that did a really good job as far as limiting the spray, keeping any drift away from the lawn, and keeping it only on the Bermuda that was in the beds, from the mulch beds. So yes, that combination is non-selective. So you don't have to spray it. Don't get out there and just blast everything with it, because it'll kill and or damage anything that you get it on. It's just for limited only to the Bermuda. Guys, I don't think he's here. I don't think John is here. So let's go back. John, we tried. We gave it a few minutes, and I don't see you here, man. So we are going to redraw again. Maybe it's the I don't know. Is it the music? Let's try different music this time. Maybe the music is causing the person not be here. So I'm going to change the music up. Some more of a reggae vibe to it. All right. So let's draw again for the bag of Essential G. We'll be here like at 2 a.m. All right. Our winner is Vlad Montana 2777, not LG. Vlad, are you present? Vlad Montana 277. Are you present? We'll see. Brad, you got 5 minutes. You got 5 minutes. You got 5 minutes to let us know if you're here, or we will draw again. In the meantime, I will look for the next question. And then he says, hey, Ron, I've been watching some of your older live streams lately. I especially enjoyed the stream we did with BYD a few years back. When will we see another special guest join us on the stream? Next week. We'll have Devin on the live stream. So any of you guys have cool season grass questions about building a green at home, questions about herbicides to use on greens, or treatment programs for your golf green at home, he is the guy. So yeah, feel free to tune in next week, because he will be here for that. So he's here. Vlad is here. Cool. Thank goodness, man. Keep this going, man. It's going on forever. So at Vlad Montana. So it was the music, guys. Once I changed the music up, that fixed it. So I think that was the problem. So if you can, Vlad, send me an email to ron@golfcourselawn.com with your address, and we will get a bag of Essential G in the mail to you post-haste. All right? So thank you so much for that, sir. We do appreciate you hanging out and participating in the show. All right. So we will keep going. We're going to keep going. Congrats again, John. So we have another thing still left to give away, guys. We still have the Golf Course Lawn Carbon Kit. Golf Course Lawn Carbon Kit. You know what? Because we're cool, we're gonna do a 901C Carbon Kit. We're not going to give away just a release 01. We're going to give 901C Carbon Kit. How about that? All right. Let me make a note here so I can make sure it's the correct one whenever I send all these to the warehouse to get fulfilled. All right. Next we have Chantel. Chantel says, season's greetings, lawn care people. I hope all is doing well. Ron, congrats on another year of being the man. Your plan still has my yard going strong. I love it. Love to hear that, Chantel. Chantel from Florida, I think, right? I'm glad to hear that your lawn is doing well, and appreciate you coming by to say hello. Hopefully the plan keeps working for you for next season as well. So Tom Hoffenkamp is weighing in on Ephraim's question as far as a sprayer. He says, Ephraim, buy the backpack sprayer now or buy 2 sprayers. That is reality. My other username is 2 sprayer Tom. All right. All right. Sean Hall. All right. So cool. Let's see what else we have. Sean, Stephen Voss says, damn, you have some crazy calluses on your hand. What's your day job? These, there and that. Yeah, so that is not from my day job is being in front of a computer most of the time, but from working out. So my workout program is I deadlift quite a bit. So squats, deadlift, all the compound movements, squats, deadlift, shoulder press, rowing, and bench press. But the one that really gets my hands is deadlifting. So because you put a lot of weight on the bar, and that's where it sits. So it's an adaptation. But yeah, it's from deadlifting. It's not from my day job. All right. Next up is Jimmy Miller says, "Can I get a go dogs? All I want is for Kirby to have another national championship. Hopefully, man. Hopefully, it'd be cool. It'd be cool. Let's see here. Gary Snitchler says, hey, Ron, towards the end of the season, my lawn started showing washboarding. I'm using a Greensmaster 1000 with a groove roller. What are my options if it happens again next season? Great question, Garrett. Here's the thing. If you will introduce verticutting to your lawn care program, your problem with washboarding should go away. So towards the end of the season, again, the lawn starts to get really thick. And if you don't do something to thin the lawn out throughout the season, you tend to run into those kinds of problems. So you can scalp it, like do a mid-season scalp, but that's kind of ugly because the lawn is supposed to be looking really nice then, and then you're going to scalp it. It's not going to look so nice. So a better way to go, in my opinion, is to verticut it. So a mid-season, a verticut, again, I'm a fan of doing one end of May, early June, and I do mine monthly following that. But again, even if you just do one, it's going to be a lot better than if you don't do anything. So that would be my recommendation for you to help with the washboarding that you're seeing in your lawn. That's unfortunately I won't say a negative, but it's just another consideration, another thing we have to account for whenever you are real mowing a lawn. Especially, you're keeping it tight, you're mowing regularly, it's going to really thicken up, and you have to do something to thin that out. Otherwise, you start getting cutting problems. So that is how I would do it, a nice verticut. All right, next up, we got Kenny Cadow. He says, definitely going for Georgia. I'm with you. Lawn is starting to go dormant here. Weird weather, been a lot with a new job and new baby boy, Halloween baby. Oh, congrats, man. You got a clap up for you. Got a new baby? Congrats on that. Very, very cool. Congrats. So you have a son. Nice. Boys are cheaper than girls, so you kind of want out. I don't know if you have a daughter, but if you have a boy, they are less expensive. So there's that. Steven Voss is upset. Next, he says, on the highest setting, able to use the blower for about 30 minutes. I use the lower setting for the scissors and edger, so runtime will be much longer. Okay, so yeah, so unless you got a really big lawn, you really shouldn't take you 30 minutes. So yeah, you should be able to get everything done on one battery, I guess. Sounds pretty good. Next up is Ruben Texiera. He says, happy holidays, Ron. We got some snow up north. All right. And then next up, he says, is it true that if you seed and it snows, it will germinate when spring comes around? It is possible for it to germinate. Not necessarily saying it will. In other words, if you were asking me, I plan to seed my lawn next spring. If I want to get really good if I want to get the best germination, should I seed it right now before it snows and just wait for springtime? Or wait until springtime when conditions are like not snow on the ground and just conditions are better, which is going to produce the better result? Waiting until springtime, waiting until like the soil temperatures are in the mid 50s, trending warmer. It's not going to be snow covered. You're getting a lot more sunlight. So can you do it now and then have some of it germinate in the springtime? Yeah. Just like if you go and you overseed a lawn, a year later, you likely will still have some breakthrough with like the perennial ryegrass that you overseeded with, but it's not the most ideal way of doing it if your goal is to get the most coverage from a single application. So if you want to do it now and then in the spring you're planning to overseed again just to do some filler, I guess you could do that. But yes, to answer your question, yes, it is true that you will get some germination, but it's not going to be as good as if you waited until like actual springtime, like March, April time frame when conditions are better, soil is warmer, you're getting rain, that kind of just conditions are a lot better for doing it. You're gonna get a better result if you do it then. But if you got grass seed to throw at it, go for it. LG, oh yeah, man, LG's living his best life, man. And then next up is Soupy. He says all cool grass people are in Georgia. I might need to move further south. I mean, Georgia's got a lot when it comes to turf grass, man. I mean, Augusta National is here. I mean, I think we got it going on when it comes to grass. I mean, there's some other nice parts of the country too, but grass is taken pretty seriously in the state of Georgia. Florida too. Florida take their grass pretty seriously, but they don't have. I mean, they mostly do a lot of St. Augustine. Like we got Zoysia, we got Bermuda. Say less, right? That's it. You don't really need anything else. Frank V says, "Hey Ron, got a Carbon Pro G on my driveway accidentally. Will the black marks go away or is it stained? They'll go away eventually. It's not gonna. It shouldn't. I've had plenty of Carbon Pro G on my line or my driveway in years past, and it's not gonna permanently stain it. There's no iron in it or anything like that, so it should. When you wash it off, you may still see some discoloration, but it will eventually go away." All right, next up we have my song. Are you still shopping with the wife or are you done? He says, "Hey Ron, this spring I'm planning on leveling my lawn. Do I do my soil test before or after? Will topsoil affect my results?" You could do your soil test before, because what I recommend for most people is to do their soil test in the February timeframe, February, March timeframe, assuming you're like in Georgia. If you're somewhere up north, then obviously wait later in the season because the ground's going to still be snow covered where you are. But if you're in Georgia, Florida, February-ish timeframe, late February, early March, you can get your soil test done. And then you can begin addressing any nutrient deficiencies, anything that needs to work then. As far as will topsoil affect your results, it could, depending on what you bring in, it could skew the results slightly. But given the fact that you're going to be top dressing more than likely in the May timeframe, like late April, early May timeframe, you would have long done your soil tests before then. So I'd say soil tests in February, March timeframe, begin doing adding any amendments as far as what you may need to begin to drive your nutrient program for the upcoming season. And then you can just do your leveling whenever it's time for you to level the lawn, which again, for most people is April, May timeframe. So I hope that helps. I would do your soil test first. We've got it spelled out here in the calendar on the store. If you go to resources and then lawn care schedule, you'll see, I believe this is correct. Yeah. So you've got perform a soil test. That's in February. So get that done. And the reason why I put it here is because so some people, if you just use just straight prodiamine, right? Like you're not using a lot of the granular prodiamine products that have fertilizer in them. The reason why I recommend the soil test first is because if you go out and say you go and put out like a 007, which again, it's not a ton of potassium, but it is some. If you go and put that out and then a week later you go out and soil test, that could skew your results versus doing it first. That's why I recommend do your soil test first and then apply your granular pre-emergent if you're using one that has some kind of a macronutrient like a lot of them commonly do, like potassium. So hope that helps, Maison. And yeah, I mean, don't overthink it, man. It's not really not rocket science, but I would do it. You'll have long done your soil test by the time conditions are correct or ideal for you to do your lawn leveling project. All crap, Perennial Ryan, not PGR. Oh, no worries, man. I know what you meant. Alexander Lee, Alex Lee, guys, in the live stream says, "Happy holidays, Ron." What's going on, Alex? Thanks for coming by. Say hello, guys. So Alex, if you guys don't know, is the guy in the Fix My Ugly Lawn series. This is my next door neighbor. Alex, we haven't spoken. We've been been missing each other. We need to get together before New Year's. I got a bourbon you got to try out. Got to do that. Will Addington says, "Dang it, I missed last week. Oh well, I got the consolation prize this week's live. Cool, I like it." And then LG says, "Essential G and LG were meant to be together. Were they? And then sorry, Archie Amos says, sorry I'm late till never, better than never. Carbonized PNG, when does it come out and be available? It'll be out soon. We'll start carrying it soon, Archie. We have a little bit more Essential G that we want to sell out of first. So right now, Essential G is on sale, so you can save quite a bit on it compared to the normal price. If you go to Golf Course Lawn Store and you go to Essential G, you'll see it's at $54.99 a bag, which is like $10 less than what it normally costs. Carbonized PNG, when we start carrying it, it will cost more than that. This is an excellent product. I still got a lot of this in my garage that I'm still going to be using on my lawn. What I'll probably do is whenever I pre-scalp, when I do my cleanup cut in probably February-ish, depending on how I feel, then I'll just go crazy heavy and just like use the remaining Essential G I have and put it out on the lawn. But if you want to save on an excellent biostimulant, you can do so now, because once it's gone, it is gone. It's gone. So, and it's not like you're not like by using, hey, I'm using Essential G, I should wait for Carbonized PNG because it's like that much of a superior product. Like they're both comparable. They're both excellent products. You're really not losing between one or the other. Really, I mean, if anything, Essential G has more in it, has more going for it than Carbonized PNG. Carbonized PNG is just easier to manufacture in the quantities that we need it, given the demand, and a few other tweaks too. Like Carbonized PNG is going to have a slightly smaller prill than Essential G, which is kind of nice, because as far as like it getting past the canopy, getting in the soil, it's going to be a bit better. But from a nutrient or from an ingredient composition, Essential G is a more complex product than Carbonized PNG. But they're both excellent. You can't go wrong with either one of them. All right. And then Jimmy Miller says, please refresh my memory. Did LG not win last year? But he was not online, so he lost. Yeah, I think that was true. I think he did. And here's the thing. LG's won like twice, at least 2 times that I can think of. Like LG won, I want to say, like whenever I was using like a different liquid fertilizer, like many, many moons ago, I want to say LG won that. So it's not like he hasn't won before. He just wants to win all the time. This is how he is. He's just that guy. He's got to be the one winning, you know? He says, it's the fact that when LG starts super chatting, more super chats start flowing in. I think it's a fair trade for a rig drawing in my favor. I like it. All right. He says, pretty sure LG is trying to make up for what happened last year. That's true. You were here and you were not. You know what? We may do a bonus round. I'm gonna do. Let me do the drawing. We're getting close here. Let's do the drawing for. I'll do a drawing. I'll ask her a question, and we're gonna do a bonus. We'll do one more, because I want to. Assuming he doesn't win, we'll do one more. All right. Okay, guys. So we're gonna do a drawing now for the Golf Course Lawn Carbon Kit. So what you're going to win, whoever the lucky winner is gonna be the 901C Carbon Kit. So if you go to Shop and Lawn Fertilizer, this is a package that we put together with Miramichi Green many, many moons ago that includes. The one that we'll send out will be, you know what? I'll give you a choice. You can choose between the Release Zero kit and the 901C kit. So if you have a liquid fertilizer that you already like, you're going to want to use Release Zero. If you don't have a liquid fertilizer you already like and you say, hey, I want kind of an all-in-one thing, then you got 901C. So whoever wins, tell me which one you want, and we'll make sure you get shipped that one. So it's going to be either 901C, either Release Zero or 901C. Again, the difference between them is 901C is Release Zero with fertilizer in it. So if you have a liquid fertilizer, say you're already using the Golf Course Lawn 22-3 fertilizer, then 901C is not what you would want. You'd want Release Zero. But if you're not using anything, then 901C is a good choice. All right, let's get on with it. Enough chatting, enough jibber jabber. Let's get back to our random comment picker. Let's cue up some music. You know what? Let me think here. Let's test it. So whenever I went to the other music, then we got the person right away. So I'm gonna go back to the one we're using before and see if the person, like whoever wins this time, is present. All right. Okay, here we go. Our winner for the Golf Course Lawn Carbon Kit is it's me, Ron Henry, not me. And plus, you can see my comment. This is me leaving the pinned comment on last week. So obviously I'm not winning. So there you go. One more person eliminated. Winner is Mike Rob 1404. Mike Rob 1404, are you present? are you here in the live stream? We're gonna give you guys like 3 minutes at this point because we're getting late and we gotta wrap this up. Are you present? Folks want their carbon kit, and if you're not here, you have to give it up. All right. Ron, he says Ron wins. I knew this was rigged. If you look LG, all comments are ones that it reads, and the comment that it picked up from me was the one where my pinned comment, on the thing, and I couldn't win anyway because I didn't answer the question correctly. So, oh well, I won and I still didn't win, right? All right, so we got a couple more questions. Let's run through this really quick and then we will draw again. This one is from Andre Taylor. It's a good one. He says, what's the benefit of backlapping at 120 grit over 80 grit? So 120 grit is going to produce it's finer. It's going to produce a finer edge than what you would get with 80 grit. I'm personally not convinced it's a night and day difference. A big difference between 120 grit and 80 grit is the time. So say you have like a mower that needs to be backlapped. It's going to take you quite a bit longer to backlap it using 120 grit than versus using 80 grit. But let's say you have, a greens mower and it's already fairly sharp. You're just trying to touch the edge up and get it like razor sharp. Then maybe that can make a case for 120 grit when you don't need to do a whole lot. So arguably 120 grit is going to produce a finer edge than 80 grit, but it does take longer to do the job than 80 grit does. So that's your answer, Andre. So hopefully that helps, sir. I have 80 grit, I'm pretty sure, in the garage, because I'm not about that life. I don't want to be out there all day waiting for the outlet to backlap. All right, let's see here. I don't see him. I don't see who is our winner. Mike Robb. Mike, you got like 1 more minute, man. 1 more minute. 1 more. All right. Let's see here. Stephen Thompson is so Jared Owen says, hey all, I love the content. I appreciate that, Jared. Thank you so much for hanging out on the live stream. And then Stephen Thompson's up next is Ron. Man, we added 10 yards of sand in the backyard, 14,000 square feet. That sounds like fun. And our flooding is just a different level. Shaking my head, getting some water tanks to pump water into for the summertime so we don't have a $500 water bill. Okay. So I don't understand the question. Oh, the comment. So you top dress your lawn and you're saying that it is like the drainage is worse? Because that's normally not the case. Normally if you top, especially if you aerate as well too, if you aerate as part of your top dressing project, the lawn should drain substantially better than if you don't use sand. So maybe you're just getting enough water that even with using sand, it's just pooling. Maybe that's what you're saying. But adding sand to your top dressing project will improve drainage. It will not make it worse. So it just sounds like you're just getting a whole lot of rainfall, a whole lot of water. All right. And then he says $500 water bill in the summertime. Yeah, if you can collect it, man, why not? Yeah. And then John Hall says, I may as well buy a bag of it since I want a shirt to match the bag. There you go. And it's on sale right now. So it's a way to save some money, support the show, support the store, and also, again, you can be all matching. You can have the Miramichi green shirt, and you can have a bag of Essential G to go along with it. And if you are looking for it, Sean Hall, you can get it right here. Let's see here. I don't think he's here, guys. I'm looking. I don't see Mike Robb 1404. Okay, so, oh wait, is he here? Oh, you are here, Michael Robinson. He's here. Michael Robinson, present. Yeah, I got you. So we got you. You are our winner, Michael Robinson. So you have to let me know which one you want. Let me see. Rob, where are you? Rob 1404. I'll say Michael Robinson. This is easier enough. Okay. Bonus round, just because I like messing with LG. Okay, so we're gonna do one more bag of Essential G. One more bag. First of all, Michael, to let me know where I need to ship the carbon kit. Send an email to Ron@golfcourselawn.com and we will get it in the get it out to you. We'll get the warehouse to ship it out to you, and you should be all good to go. And be sure to let me know which one you want, whether you want the 901C or you want release 0. Okay, so bonus round, one more bag of Essential G. And hey, LG, listen, man, look, let's just serious talk, man. Serious talk. Let me just put some music on here, because I don't know what else to tell you. Look, man, I'm feeling good, and I'm doing this is the best I can do. We're doing an extra bag, and this bag of Essential G is basically the LG bag. All right, the LG bag of Essential G. So we're gonna draw it, and if you win, you win. But if you don't win, you can't say I didn't do my level best to give you another opportunity. All right, so here we go. Here we go. Congratulations, Mike Rob. All right. For the bonus round, one bag of Essential G, our winner is Nipets 2609. Are you present? He might not be here. We have to do it again. You never know. We have to do it again. He might not be here, man. So, Nipets 2609. All right. Are you here in the live stream? Let's see. Are you present? We're gonna give you like 2 minutes, and then we'll draw again. You still got a chance, man. Here's the thing, guys. This is probably the universe. The universe is doing this as a way to teach him patience. Teach LG patience. Teach him grit. All right. Next up is Stephen Thompson. He says 60, a 0.6 acre is the only front irrigated, and it's a rough time. Okay, yes, you got a big lawn and only so not only you don't have irrigation. Yeah, if you can save the water, man, it's a way to make it easier for you. We shall see. I am Ron. I am Nepets 2609. You are? Okay, I am Ron. Okay, cool, you're here. Cool, congrats. Sweet. Okay, well, we'll just put we'll put the music on again. So here's an LG. We tried, man. I tried my level best, man. I did like one more, and it didn't happen. So let me make a look here, thing here real quick. Essential G and me pets. 2609. Okay, cool. So yeah, the question as far as what's the difference between the kits. So the difference between the Release 0 carbon kit. Okay, the Release 0 carbon kit is Release 0, which is their micronized biostimulant. It contains kelp and contains biospectrum. The 901C carbon kit is Release 0 with fertilizer. It has 9% nitrogen and 1% potassium in it. So really, it's just Release 0 with fertilizer. The reason why you would choose 901C over Release 0 would be if you didn't have a liquid fertilizer that you wanted to use. So if you just wanted to be able to have like an all-in-one like liquid package to include fertilizer, then you would go with 901C. If you already had liquid fertilizer that you like to use, like the Golf Course Lawn 22.3, then you would go with Release 0, because the fact that it has no nitrogen in it leaves you room to use a fertilizer to do the feeding. That makes sense. So really your call. All right, guys. So we tried, guys. Here you guys can tell. I tried my level best. We gave LG one more shot to win. Wasn't meant to be. Let's see. How many more times would it have taken for LG to win? Let's just see here. How many more times? Nope. 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 Sovereign Designs. Nope. 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 See, it wasn't meant Robert Wallace for one. LG, have you been living right the second half of this year? Because this is not looking good, man. I don't know. Let's see here. No. 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 Did you comment on the live stream? You might not have commented. Maybe that's why you didn't win. There's Jimmy. Ryan, no. No. DeMarculis, yeah, see, they're all here. There's Maison, see, they're almost close. The Notorious. Bill is present, no. FBC, no. Charles, I don't see. LG, you even comment? You didn't comment, man. There's no way that the universe hates you this much that we're going this far and you're not being picked. Nope. No, I mean, even I won. I didn't even really want to enter. No. LG, you probably didn't comment, man. I don't think you commented on the show is what happened. That's probably, there's Devin. That's what happened, man. I don't think you commented. That has to be it. There's no way you could not have won at this point. There's no way that could there's Patrick, yeah, all these folks are, yeah. Ephraim, I don't know, man. I don't see you on here, man. Robert Rainey, Robert was way down there. Jacob, come on. LG, you were trolling us the whole time, man. You never even commented. Steven, we got 6 left, 5 left. Andre Taylor. Cooper, man, you did not comment, dude. There's no way. Asoto. Nino's finally. Higgy Pop, there's no way. Robert Jesse, no, you didn't comment, man. That's why you didn't win. So there you go. You were never in it to win it. We tried. All right, guys. Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed the show. Again, thank you all so much for an amazing 2024 season. It was a lot of fun being on the live stream, answering your questions, seeing all the progress you guys made in your lawn. I'm just really happy to be a small part of it. 2025 is going to be even that much better. So, stay tuned. The best is yet to come. We got a lot of fun content planned for next year. Maybe a new product or two that we'll be bringing out. So stay tuned for all of that. Again, thank you guys all so much. Have a very, very Merry Christmas. If you're going to go out for New Year's, be safe. Don't drive, don't drink and drive, don't do anything crazy. There's a lot of crazy people on the road, so be safe. And we'll see you guys same time next week when we will have hopefully Devin on the show on the live stream. So all you guys with cool season questions around, cool season turf grass, around a lot of you guys are asked questions around growing a green at home, like best practices for keeping a green healthy at home. Be sure to ask him that because that's what he does for a living. He's a golf course superintendent. He takes care of a golf course for a living. So great time to pick his grain. Again, thank you guys so much. Have an amazing weekend. Be safe. And I will talk to you guys in 2025. Happy New Year.